our Ark World game. I've been thinking about making an airship for quite some time now. I was going to make an airship for Burrows and Badgers, but didn't for reasons. And then I decided that actually maybe it's a bit too much fancy techie for B&B. And it works perfect for our group, so I'm building this airship tonight. I have a crew that I'm nearly finished painting.
Okay.
He's my little halfling. He is a tinkerer. He is the guy, his name is Monty Whitsock, playing on Tommy Stock with the inventor of the camel. Not the actual four-legged camel, by the way, but just the biplane camel, amongst others. And yeah, I'm going to build an airship. I'm using, conveniently, a Playmobil airship. They had a range called Novel, as in a book, more as in more.
Tim, Tim, I don't mean to interrupt, but
yes,
I think, well, I don't mean to interrupt abruptly, but I don't know how to get around you otherwise. So,
I'll take it from here, Dad.
Thanks.
Hello,
John,
everyone.
Jesus.
It's very well made, in fairness.
This is JD the Sump. We are collabing with Magrathea, Brother of Worlds.
Yes,
okay?
Tim Eaglin.
Timmy.
This was a great idea on paper, you know.
Yeah, well, hey, it's your idea.
I don't know how they met.
I know it was. Like I said, on paper.
I'm here.
Apologies, guys. People are saying that it's really quiet on our end.
Oh, it's really quiet up our end.
Yeah,
Except for some microphones miles away.
first time we've been called quiet.
Yeah.
We speak
I
louder.
don't know.
That's
Do we have anything in our chat?
No.
Quiet.
Spam one in the chat.
Unless you
Yeah.
consider that microphone. Is that better? No, not at all.
Don't actually.
That's very, very, very weird. Why is that?
Probably because we're doing this over Discord, and it might be the same issue as the cameras.
Testing. No, it's a little bit.
Rain dog's here.
My microphone that's plugged in.
I shall use Magrathea Builder World Sign Language.
Just let me on, Tim, man. That's very predictable. I can actually get a camera. There we go. Yeah.
Damn, okay, right. One day when we do one of these big projects, we'll test all this shit an hour or two beforehand, and then it'll work really well.
Yeah, it will.
Anyway, I should talk louder.
Does that help? That's all.
You can't
maybe?
drink.
Okay, that
I know. It's stream on paper. Is there a big echo going on across the stream? That's the biggest thing I'm concerned about right now.
Sure on our end, because I'm trying to follow the. Guys, is that a little bit better or not?
So there we go. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so what am I doing? I am building this airship. I'm mostly using a Playmobil pirate ship and a Playmobil airship, and then I'm going to dig through the CAC. I've already done some digging through the CAC, but yeah, because this is an airship for Ark World, it's going to be a bit steampunky and an awful lot of whimsy. Yeah, that's your first whimsy for the night. That's now your second. Yeah, get your drinks out if you need to. Right, so I'm not quite sure what we're doing. The first thing I want to do, this actual thing comes with a much smaller gondola underneath, which is no good. I want to be able to put figures on the outside of it. I love the Cadron. Is that Raiders in Age of Sigmar? I mean, I don't play Age of Sigmar, but I love the figures. The only problem is this is one of their airships, right? And this is supposed to hold like loads. I don't know. It's one of those things that's always got me about workshop models is the fact that you have to do. I mean, obviously you have to do willing suspension of disbelief anyway with these things because of fantasy models. But you really have to do willing suspension of disbelief if you think you're going to get like 10, 15 little squats, little stunty blokes in there. Doesn't really work. So I want my model, because I make models that are large bits of terrain, essentially. I want to be able to put figures on it. The problem with that, with Arc World figures, is that, okay, most of them, like this Imperial Arc Block Musketeer, he's on a 30mm base, and that's fine. But the big dudes, like this Ogre, which I've heavily converted, he's on a 60mm base, and fitting him onto lots of the models is going to be tricky. So I wanted to use a big thing, so I can actually at least do the chance of putting my big kind of like assault trooper on the airship. So that's the first bit. Deciding how much of this I'm going to keep is kind of important. Deciding which way up I want this to go. And a little recent trip to Disneyland Paris helped with all of this, because there's a airship, Zeppelin type, Jules Verne airship coming out of one of the buildings. I took loads of photographs of that. So instead of having it up above, suspended, which is awful, I'm going to build a kind of like building on top there. It's going to sit in the top of that. I hope that's going to work. So I'm going to use foam core for that mostly. And I'm going to dig some cap, and we're going to use cardboard, and I'm going to use rivets and things. So there we go. Yes, I am. So
is there anybody in the chat?
Yes.
You
Cool.
can't stream
Okay.
paper.
What about you, Dale? What are you up to this evening?
Okay, on Tim's part is echoing. I'm trying to figure this out. But what we're going to be doing is, well, let's see here. If anybody is old enough, and Tim, I know you are.
Cheers.
If you remember the show G.I. Joe, which may not have been big on your end of the pond, but can you stop that commercial, please?
No.
And this was the working G.I. Joe aircraft carrier from 1980 something.
Yeah, cool.
So basically, the boards I'm going to be working on here. Let me get the main piece here. So I built this main piece. Goodness sakes, about 2 years ago now. This is Hobby's Sump pie shop. So it's basically a donut shop. So this is going to be, because I like putting everything on my tiles, this is going to be in the center of the board. And then I'm going to have these other blank tiles around it. Let me...
Oh, nice.
What just happened?
Nothing. Hold on.
Well, good.
Yeah. No. It's okay.
You're fine here.
I'm trying to be tricky, but it's not working very well. So, okay. Tim's right. Enough time to be tricky. We got what we got, and hopefully everybody can see what's going on. So, anyways, this is supposed to be set up so that you have 8 tiles. John, can you grab this and help, please? Thanks. Thanks.
What am I doing?
We're putting tiles around this. Since I have to, we'll do this the hard way. Pull that out of the way. Thank you for doing it in a quick and absolute fashion. My son, everyone.
Everyone in the stream just wondering how the audio is going on our side now. I've had a little bit of play around with
Relentless.
some of the setting, and hopefully.
So, anyways, what we're gonna do, I've taken the top off of this already, and we're gonna set this down something like this.
It's like a.
And these are all going to be, for lack of a better term, scatter terrain. That I'm going to be building up with this other little skill? No, another little hobby thing, 3D printing, which I'm mastering. Yeah, so I've got these 3D printed tiles, and we're going to be basically decorating them up and then going through other CAC and things like that to make this look you know, like the bottom of the sump, where everything falls down, and you know, where all of the people gather.
Yeah, you're a myth.
I am
That's what this dude says. He said you're a legend.
Relentless Wolfie. I don't know who Relentless Wolfie is, but
Well,
that's very
whoever you are, he is pretty old. It's hard to say he's not a myth.
Fair play. Yeah, I mean, he's getting on a bit. He's not as old as me, though.
all right. So let's see here. Work on the sound. Okay,
Right,
Tim.
now, hope is that we won't be picking up through the desktop.
Timmy.
Any chance, Dale, you'd be able to
Who's Matt?
just talk quickly?
Hold on. Say that one more time, Harry.
No, that's perfect. I just need to double check that it wasn't coming through twice.
Okay.
Yeah, it is twice now. That is all good from this side.
Hurrah!
Hoping.
And I think it's good on my side too. I just want to see what it looks like on my laptop here. This is always the hardest part about doing this, because when you're trying to watch the stream while you're doing it, there's that lag.
Yeah.
Jeez, God.
So right now,
Just so rude about me. I can't believe it.
Tim,
Just call me a lag. I'm going to go over there.
Whoa.
well, I'm American.
It's 2026. We can't use words like that.
No. Well, frankly,
Be misogynistic.
if we need to distract any more from the technical side of things, I think we could just do something like, I don't know, go bomb Iran or some shit, you know.
Yeah.
Start.
I got political quick.
Or war in the Middle East, or go and blow up some boats in the Caribbean or something.
Who's Relentless Matt?
Relentless Matt? That's Maddie from Subcity Radio.
Great.
Relentless Wolfie.
Yeah.
Because Wolfie means Matt. Duh.
Oh, Wolfie means Matt?
Yeah.
Did you make another? Well, of course you did. Matt loves making more
Things.
iterations of himself all over the place. It's kind of crazy. Okay.
I think that's mostly because he's trying to avoid the police.
Yes. Well,
Well,
that's
good luck.
that's not. You know, I mean, that's not a. Okay. So.
I only got 10 minutes before I need to go. I hope I'll be back to catch the end of it. Good luck with the stream crafting roll.
The crafting troll.
Oh.
Yes. Not crafting roll. This is my old account. Okay. All right. Tim, how are you?
How am I? I'm good, man. It's I've had a really busy week. I haven't got as much done as I wanted to do because I've had to actually go into schools and do work this week and be nice to kids. So,
Oh,
Let's do your job.
so I've actually had to go and do my job this week. So
I
haven't got as
see.
much-
I see. Okay.
I guess the police have not found Matt yet.
So that
Good
aside,
job.
yeah, well, cool. It's 6 weeks today, I think, till salute.
Yeah, it's March 29th. It's 4 weeks.
Oh,
March 25th actually is less than that. It's 3.5
Oh,
weeks
good.
for mine. So,
I've got 6 luxury. I've got loads of time.
can you do me a favor and go grab me that box?
Get some drugs. Now, okay.
Which
So,
one?
The one thing, the box. The box. No, the box. There you go. Yeah.
We're digging
Go through
through
the cat.
the cat.
He's been wanting to do that forever.
get on there now. What I need now is a pencil. I'm going to go over here.
Okay, stop. I didn't say pull anything out of the cat box. I just said give it. Okay. Okay, so in one of those bags is some of my E6000 glue. Because here in America, the Yoo-Hoo all-purpose adhesive is made differently than it is over in England.
Okay. think it smells
Probably a
good, doesn't it?
D40, everybody. I don't know what that is.
You
I
are
know it's a
really talking loud.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Gosh,
I am?
please stop.
Okay.
Right, so where are we at? Okay, so I am gonna make
Short.
a cabin.
Oh, you're working on a
Not gonna be able,
boat too.
not gonna be able to put figures in it. But what I want to be able to do is have a central bit in my airship that can hold a fair number of crew members that will support the
You see what's going on?
balloon.
No.
It's my plan. So doing this with foam board because it's easy to work with.
Mhm.
I'll try and cut this up. If you get the impression tonight I'm making this up as I'm going along, you will be completely right.
You, my friend, are second only to me for making it up as I go along.
I'm winging it tonight like a pro.
Oh, me too.
But that's the best way, because what I'm doing now is I'm working out how it's going to work. So I want that to be... Oh, shit, okay. Right. Let's see. I think I only want my cabin to be on this bit. I want my cabin to be on this bit of the deck here. I want to keep this bit open so I can have crew stood on it.
Nice.
It looks kind of cool.
Very nice.
So that's going to do that. I might have a little bit of...
Okay.
I'm able to measure things and everything tonight.
Yeah, I can see you have all kinds of measuring devices. That's crazy. I never use those.
Scabbard.
Okay, go put this back, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Big question is, do I do this?
This might not work. This might go horribly wrong. You never know.
I was just thinking the same thing, but because I'm playing around with settings.
Okay. Right, well, yeah, okay, so what I'm doing in a minute is I'm working with one of my favourite materials, which is foam core, because it's easy to work with.
Yes, it
Good
is.
thing. What do you call it over where you are? Foam core? Foam core? Foam board?
We call it all of those. I mean,
Cool.
a lot of it gets. You guys have the blue stuff over there, right?
Oh, what foam? Well, XPS foam, that is, yeah.
Right.
That's-
We have it pink here, although we do have the blue too, but it's more expensive. So
Yeah, it used to, when it first came out in this country, it was pink.
that pink.
Workshop used to do famous pink
Right.
scenery, you know.
Yeah, right.
And us mere mortals couldn't get it. And it was super frustrating.
Right. I have some books from that time frame
Yeah.
to read this stuff.
Ta-da.
Balls. Okay, that didn't work.
Sorry.
But it worked. It kind of worked. But not
What am I doing?
completely.
Put it back, please.
So it's just meant to be us and Dale on the stream tonight.
But yeah.
So we had someone else join earlier, so I did just
Okay.
remove them.
Yeah, no, the plan was just the two of us chip in this evening, but we're coming. Okay, so that needs to be.
Well, I'm glad that was your plan.
Well, yeah. Oh, good.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. I'm making this.
say?
I'm making this uncomfortable situation more uncomfortable. So.
Dude's got an evil villain laugh.
Oh yes, I do. That's for sure. So the what? Oh wow. Oh, that's an airship, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks for
probably-
keeping up with play.
Yeah, you probably said that about 5 times and I wasn't listening. So okay.
Once or twice. You had technical issues, mate. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. So I'm making an airship for Arkworld, which is going to be full of whimsy. And actually, for a salute, it's just going to be a piece of terrain, or a piece of scenery. It's just going to look nice. It's not going to serve any purpose at all whatsoever, apart from kind of like looking cool. But I'm hoping I'm going to be able to come up with some cool scenarios for it when we get around to actually when we get past Salute and we're just playing.
Right.
So, you know, but in the meantime, that kind of work.
Okay. Well, the main part of this build is so this piece is going to be called Sumpy's Rest. And Sumpy was my, I don't know if we can see this here, my disabled Ogren pirate captain that I played at our event Ash Waste Weekend back in November. No, he's in a floating wheelchair. But you see, Sumpy got myrtleized really bad at the end of the weekend. It was so bad that it was historic. I managed to put something called a displacer field on his armor, and I managed to get shot. What did Frederick, a nice young man from actually hailing from France originally, but living in San Francisco, that flew 1,500 miles to play in the event. No, so when he was shooting me, I was like, okay, that's great. But he managed to shoot me with his gang 8 times, and Sumpy ended up displacing into the middle of a wall column.
Nice. Yeah. Yes.
So since I'm done with this pirate gang, it was an outcast Sump pirate gang, I'm going to split this model in half, and I'm going to embed Sumpy's front half coming out of the wall.
Fair play.
What?
Yeah. We'll see.
Killing Sumpy?
Sumpy's dead already. He got moidalized.
So?
Actually, he got executed, to be perfectly honest, by a venerator gang, but it was all good. It's all good.
At least make like a tombstone. He's just sticking out of the wall?
Yeah, well, he gets displaced. So now he's going to be...
I don't know what that means.
That means teleported. So he gets shot. Yeah, he gets shot, and then he gets teleported to another spot.
Why?
Because that's his defense.
Seems like a good idea at the time.
So half of his body is dead, half of the body is displaced.
No. He displaced within the wall. He died when that happened. Right. So this piece that I'm dedicating right now is going to be called "It's Working."
It's fun. We're basically learning how to play. My Necromunda 2017 Necromunda kind of like gets his way has got as far as
Yeah.
picking up the cool rulebook.
No.
Because the 17 rulebooks I've got on the shelf over there for Necromunda 2017 just aren't enough, apparently.
Well,
When I've got Salute out of the way, and we played Arcworld a lot, Necromunda's on the list.
good.
Put that back, sorry. So yeah, okay, so phone call then. Okay, so I've cut these 2 little bits here, which are the side bits for this cabin. I think they're going to sit on either side there. It's a bit rough because I'm going to end up with a shape over the top of it. One's better than the other. But it does give me about enough space down the side to be able to place a 30mm base figure to the side of the cabin. The cabin doesn't have to be much, to be quite honest, apart from the thing really to support the actual air balloon kind of thing. Then I need to put a front on it, a back on it, and then put a bunch of gubbins on it, and then start making it look like it all belongs. Cool. Yeah,
Shall we get to some messages?
please do, yeah. Apart from people being rude about the fact they couldn't hear it.
No, to be honest, it's the first time I've heard anyone be disappointed they can't hear you, but
Oh, mate, you clearly haven't spoken to my wife enough.
right, so now I believe I've got the audio somewhat fixed. I'm not going to say I've got it fixed, don't refuse to jinx it. We've got a lot of very, very helpful comments from our regulars, so thank you very much for everyone who has had assistance with that. So, I think let's start out with Anfield Railroad,
Yeah.
who is doing airbrushing alongside a new train layout for today. They will be doing that alongside our stream.
Nice.
So that is nice to see.
I always like to know what other people are up to while we're online doing this kind of nonsense.
Yeah, well, everyone put what you're up to today, what hobbies and stuff like that. A really lovely message from Luke Foster. You guys have both been a big inspiration as I've got into train building from Necromunda the last few months. Can't stop for the stream. He did drop his people, that was correct. Can't stop for the stream, unfortunately, but looking forward to seeing both boards.
Oh,
excellent.
Great.
That's
Thank
very
you.
cool.
Oh my goodness.
like that.
That's fantastic.
What do I need? I need glue. And I need just making pins.
Brother.
I don't know what happened to my marbles, mate. Lots of a long time ago.
Yeah, it's very, very, very thoughtful. Thank you
You
very
go
much.
grab me the
That's
orange
very lovely
box
message
of
come through there.
baking soda.
Scouts asking what both of you are making, but obviously both of you have elaborated that as of a few seconds ago.
Hey, Scout, nice to see you online. Try and keep up with play, yeah? That's good. Right.
We've got Space Dock, meters again,
Where is
Brisker,
it?
I believe is a name that I haven't quite clocked. Plemometer is also helping out with there. Ian, Sprockets, Rob Langlands.
Yep, cool. Nice.
Yeah,
Lots of regulars.
lovely to see everyone.
Nice to see everybody who normally watches on a Sunday night. I've been quite happy to watch it on a Saturday night. Goes to show none of us have got on. Of course, it's only kind of the middle of the afternoon where you are, isn't it? Or early afternoon, in fact.
It's 1:38. Oh wow! You know what's funny? We're about
What's funny?
we're about 20 minutes ahead of what I thought it was going to be for me to get to this point. I was thinking, no, not bad at all. I like it. Okay.
That's cool. Okay, so I am using the Yoo-hoo glue this evening.
Yeah, I wish it was made the same here, but it's not. It just doesn't have the. It's an American thing because we're so stupid with things, and yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I bought it and it was way more pricey than it should have been, and then it didn't work the way it should have. So it's like, wow, great. So most stuff, but yeah, no, I wish I could get a hold of your stuff. Oh, I'll bet you it's awesome.
Well, I want to go as far as saying also, it smells pretty good.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I mean by awesome. The awesome stuff stinks.
Always come out on a Saturday being a little bit more happy.
Yeah. The better the smell, the stronger the stick, you know,
Yep.
so from that point of view.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no
I
doubt.
really want to make a chart of glue and the scent to strength ratio.
That would be, yeah. Actually, well, wouldn't sort of surprise me, to be quite honest, you know. Sounds like a very autistic thing to do. There aren't any autistic people in this hobby, so for now.
No, I don't know. What do you mean?
Right, cool, okay, so I've got my cabin there that's kind of like sitting on that. That's, well, my first bit of my cabin.
Look at that.
So, a few people are coming with what hobbies and stuff they're doing today. Scouts using the string to help finish their university work and fastening the pieces together. So thank you for the body doubling.
Why?
Okay. Can you do
Gary
this?
Jenkins
Put
on my hand
this.
is painting
Excellent.
blood bowl.
Bring forth one of those.
Apparently all of blood bowl. Or it's just painting a blood bowl, we didn't specify. What hosts have been over watching you mad creators? Building a second SD.KFZ2222. You can put an extra 2 in there.
That's the second, that's the German.
Armoured car for the second Allo diorama commission.
Oh, nice.
That's Space Dock. And Mrs. Crockett painting Lady Jane Depp, the fox from B&B.
Oh, yeah, good figure. Yeah, like that. Lots. I've got all my unpainted Boroughs and Badgers figures out the other day just to see how many I've got to do. It's about 40, actually. But still, I've still got more painted B&B figures than anything else. I don't know, but I've got a bit kind of like bogged down with painting B&B figures for a while. And actually, what I found is I've really enjoyed painting the Arkwell figures. They've been like a palette cleanser.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like feeling pretty confident that I'll be able to go back to Burrows and Badgers and get the rest of them sorted out and finished off.
I really enjoy painting the Arkwell figures. I've had some motivation issues with painting at the moment, but I do really look forward to getting back to them.
Yeah.
Space Dog's asking how's my back. Yeah, healing up really nicely. I finish hydrotherapy next week, and then next Friday I start gym sessions again with the NHS. So they'll be helping me with gym rehabilitation and stuff like that. So yeah, that will be.
That's great. Holy cow. That's great.
I'm staying in your limelight now.
Literally blocking out the sun.
Yeah. So that'll be nice from that perspective. So that'll be good fun.
So that's next Friday. You're starting back at the gym.
Yeah. Next Friday I will be. I will actually be back at the gym. So yeah, that'll be.
Make sure you don't fuck up your back because you're going to sit down.
I'm so excited.
Powerwolf and Hammerfall and Windrose.
Okay, so do me a favor.
Yeah.
Find more of these and another one of these in the white bag.
I've made a box. There we go. This box. Actually, it's not much of a box because it hasn't got a lid or a bottom, but I have made a 4-sided 3D kind of shape out of foam core, which is now going to
on that side.
stick in here, and I'll be able to attach me. The plan is, and the idea is, I'll stick me the balloon airship bit on it after I have made it look a bit fancy schmancy. I don't know how I'm going to achieve the fancy schmancy, mind you, but well, there we go. I might have to get lots of bolts to make it look like it's a wooden cabin. I'm not actually, unlike most of my scenery, I'm not making this so the figures can go inside it.
No?
No, well, it's only a little box. It's only.
Yeah. No, I see it. It's only a tiny guy. I get it.
Yeah. It's 45 millimeters.
Now you can roll it back over there.
By 85 mils. It's not very large, so for that point of view. It's just going to look nice just to support, hold the balloon up really. It's like, stick that like that. Stick that like that. We can do that.
Johnny 4T2, trying to turn my 3D printed servitors into Juves for my Steampunk Alive game.
Like Steampunk Alive game, bloody hell.
Steampunk.
Some clarification, it's an all Blood Bowl team, not just all the Blood Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite boring actually.
Very nice.
But, you know.
I tell you what, retirement really suits your old man. He's painted off a lot of figures in the last year.
Yes.
And then he gets really smug and posts them on our group chat. Ooh, I painted today. I've finished all my B&B models now. It's like, some of us are working for a living, Gary.
Okay. Tim's bitching because he hasn't retired yet. You'll get there. You haven't even started working yet, so you'll get there. Don't worry.
Come on, Dad.
Trying to avoid as best you can, John. It's not all it's made up to be. It's fucking shit, Frankie. See, that's it. Do that like that.
You're not.
Switch between the cameras just to make sure they are working. Yeah, they are.
I'm just fiddling around now, really. I mean, I'm come in here and I'm just messing about with this stuff because it's like, that one, it's quite a big gondola and not a very big airship. Air balloon, so you know.
It's the Arcanite that helps it float.
Well, it is. I mean, the cool thing about Arcworld is the fact that you've got this magical material called Arcanite, which is the kind of like the blue crystals that appear in that get used for loads of things. It's like the stuff that's on the back of my Arcanite coin, which is kind of cool. This is the back of my Arcanite coin, which is the big binary thing you might have seen on my Facebook page or on YouTube. Here's the rest of it. It's a really cool model.
It would have been helpful if it was on the right camera when you
Would have been. Look, I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to put the thing on the back. I've deliberately left the back off so I can get to the power and battery packs inside. it's a resin model, which is beautiful. I really did enjoy painting this. And the one thing I think that Burrows and Badgers lacks is really big beasts, and I can't get it why. And the Cave Bear is great, but I love the idea of these wacky graving models.
So, tell me about Burrows and Badgers.
Okay, right. What do you want to know? So,
Well, I mean, it looks like they're awesome metal miniatures for the most part, and you can 3D print stuff.
right. Well, B&B is. Let's just. Most people watching my stream will be very familiar with Burrows and Badgers. I can't get the book out because I don't know what it is. It's got to be one of those back then. Burrows and Badgers is an anthropomorphic fantasy skirmish game written by a chap called Michael Lovejoy, who is also the bloke who makes all the models.
Right.
So his company is Oswald Miniatures. And really, it's... Well, I mean, there are loads of things that I really like about Burrows and Badgers game. I have said, although I'm kind of like got my artwork hat on at the moment, I thank you, here we are. It's the second edition rulebook. My one, signed by the author, because he's very nice like that, and he kind of like wrote a little thing there for me.
Very nice.
And I've got the main credit in the back actually, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
Not in the main acknowledgement is me, which is kind of cool. I kind of became a bit of a champion for this game. I've been playing Burrows and Badgers for, 7, 8 years, I think. I found it. I can't remember how I came across it now. I found it.
Hey, can you help?
Actually just at the same point when I also found Star Wars Legion.
I want you to focus
It was
right here like that.
I was in a position where I thought, I want to play one of these two games. I love Star Wars, but I looked at Star Wars Legion and
It come from underneath because I gotta reinforce it. Yep.
very expensive.
Yes, it is.
And I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of games of Harry. That looks lovely, love. I'm not a big fan of games with tons and tons of clutter on the tabletop. You know, counters and cards and stuff. I like nice scenery, nice figures. Off you go. And I think that it's a game that really appeals to a lot of players because of for adults. It appeals to them because of a lot of their background. Michael Lovejoy has worked for us for a while. He creates brilliant figures. I think they're
what I need you to do then.
single cast models, so there's no sticking together of anything apart from the Cave Bear.
Which I absolutely love, as I despise assembling models.
Yeah. For a lot of people, and actually one of the coolest things about it from a model point of view is not only are they single cast models, which does affect how dynamic they can be or what you can do with them. But on the whole, the other cool thing about Michael and Oswald Miniatures is the fact that, and I think anybody who is watching this, who is a B&B player would agree, is that they are absolutely second to none when it comes to what you get out of the packet. You can literally take them out of the packet, undercoat and paint. There is never any flash on any of the metal figures. He trims up absolutely everything. Oswald is a tiny company. Yeah, man.
You get them pre-cleaned?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. They're not a single. They are traditionally cast white metal figures.
John, come on, faster.
Which you always expect to see flash on.
All of it.
Oh
my God, John.
Michael
John, you need to go along the whole joint that I did there.
It's amazing.
Just because you're not looking.
Yeah, they're all made properly. They're all made with green stuff and plastic.
Okay, that's good.
It's not It's not.
I didn't see the stick.
As much as like a digital design, also art form itself, but it's just really cool to see someone keeping the tradition.
A proper traditional life. Yeah, and the fact that so little things about Oswald are incredible. They are the best customer service going. Super quick turnaround. Even when they're sending models abroad.
Could be a ton of sticker glue right
but the
there.
game itself, although it's now in second edition, and I've got to confess I haven't played any of the second edition, mainly because most of the last year I haven't played very much at all. Really.
Open it up, please.
It's small. It wouldn't have happened without Necromunda, I don't think, in Mordheim. It's very much like Mordheim with badgers and hares and rabbits and that kind of thing.
Right.
I think it partly appeals to players who were readers of The Wind in the Willows and the Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats and Nim, and then not some but Brian Jack's Red Wall series,
Okay.
which was massive, you know. It's great. It's intuitive, very elegant rule system. It's a really cheap buy-in. So in the UK, to buy Oathsworn stuff, you can get 2 people playing for less than £100.
There's not many systems
No,
that price that.
by the time you buy
No, there isn't. You're right.
by the time you buy a rule book and if you buy the 2 Star War bands of the rule book, that's £100. I also like the fact that although there are lots of different factions now in the main rules, you can put any figure with any figure.
Yeah.
So it's ruler cool. When people say, what figures do I need to start playing this game? And my advice is always, go on the Oathsworn website, pick 6 or 7 figures that you like the look of, and they will work.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool. You can play, it is a miniatures agnostic game, and I know that people, certainly in other parts of the world, where they're bothered about importing figures from, well, I mean, certainly in America at the minute, of course, Mr. Trump and his ever-wavering tariffs make it difficult for companies to export things backwards and forwards, but those are very quick at getting stuff across the pond. But even so, when people find it difficult, you can get, it's a miniatures agnostic game, you can use other anthropomorphic figures, Dark Sword, do a bunch, and then there are various ones that you can 3D print. But my advice is always, if you're going to play B&B, you just buy Oathsworn figures. They're made for the game, and they are by far the best ones out there. And then it's also a great sandbox game. It's why you love Necromunda. Why I love Necromunda.
Right.
There's loads of room to create your own campaigns and your own things. You can play it as in any kind of way you like. So for me, I've loved making scenery for years.
Throw it away.
But different people play B&B in different ways. So some people play Burrows and Badgers where in their head canon the creatures are smaller and their terrain includes, they go and buy terrain in pet shops and they've got characters living in giant mushrooms and tree stumps and that kind of thing. And it can be a little bit more twee, a little bit more vicious. Whereas
it has a little bit more whimsy.
it's more whimsical, whereas I like it a bit grim dark, to be quite honest. And I know Michael prefers it to be a bit grim dark, and it's a bit,
it's a really cool take to it when you have it a bit grim dark.
It throws up interesting things from a background point of view,
So when you say grim dark in the B&B world, is that like frogs living in a black pond or something, or
I think
is it undead stuff, or
there is undead in it.
Oh, there is. Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. Undead. There are necromancers and there are undead versions of species called ghasts. I think the grim dark side of it, really more than anything else for me, is the brutality and darkness of the actual campaign set in the background. So I got you. It's not kind of like cuddly and nice. Wind in the Willows is quite a nice summery kind of.
Okay. No, I got it.
I like it to be, and then what gets chucked up a lot of the times is irrelevant questions like people want to know a lot of lore and background, and he's deliberately left it mostly fairly lore-like. But questions often come up like, what do different creatures eat?
Right.
Because they're not in Michael's headcanon, certainly in mine. There are no people. There are no human beings.
Right.
The creatures are walking around. They are so a medium-sized creature is let's say rabbits and this kind of thing are about human size.
Okay.
So there are lots of questions about what they eat and various other bits and pieces. And you often get to the point and go, the wildcat, if he's been in a fight and he's killed a couple of mice, gonna eat them.
Okay. No, I got it.
Well, there are other people who are they like it to be a bit nicer. It's also
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
It's a great game to get young players playing.
Well, and it also people that already have the skills to be to open their world up and do that. You were bringing up the amount of Necromunda books before. So, well, here's the thing. remember, one, it's Games Workshop. So that storyline that they have with the 41st Millennium is pretty drawn out at this point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it. Basically, what the extra books do past the core rule book is just like a role-playing game. So there's rules for the faction, like the Goliaths.
Yeah.
So it gives you how to build a Goliath and just the possibilities that you can do for the different Goliath gangs, because Games Workshop feels that they have to tell every god blessed word about everything all the time.
But you see, it's kind of interesting because, they're different companies. When Pokemon came out in 1995, and it was always kind of like Law Light then. There were 3 books.
Right.
And 2 of them came with the box set. And one of those was just rules. And, they built various bits of extra lore and rules and bits and pieces around the specialist games when it had gone off out of the shops and all the rest of it. So when 2017 came around, they started doing individual books for individual households and that kind of thing.
Go ahead.
I was dead pleased because you're expanding all of this and it needed a bit of that. But it's that kind of thing
they went nuts. That's what happened. They went nuts. I need more. Come on. I need more. Thank you. Yeah. There we go. All right.
Yeah, so Space I mentioned, obviously one of the best part about both Swarm and Badgers and Burrows is the customer service. It's a family-run business and it is just epic. The speed of shipping is insane, and Michael Lovejoy as a person as well is a really lovely bloke. Yeah, we had issues at Salute with trying to get enough tickets for our teams to come through, and Michael happened to have a spare ticket, so he gave his ticket over to us because obviously we were running B&B that year. I mean, this year as well. But we were running B&B and it was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, you guys are helping us out. And there was another year where he had a bunch of tape measures left over, didn't he? And he was like, hey, do you guys just want them? And handed them out to our team.
Michael Lovejoy is one of those guys where he's really super talented. He writes great rules. He makes lovely figures, and you get to the point. God, I hate this guy's an arsehole. Because it's a bit like that. You really hope that because everything else he does is actually great, but he's a really cracking bloke. Actually, that's not unlike Alex Huntley, who designs Artworld and makes all the figures for that as well. Really nice chap. Really, really cool thing. And actually, you get to the point where you're like, oh yeah, I hate this guys. No, they're really great people. I really like the fact.
Yeah.
The downside to B&B being a tiny little company like that is the fact that one of their kids, Finn, who's an adult, has various medical conditions himself, epilepsy and the like. When he's had some serious episodes recently, he was hospitalised, which means that as Michael does all his own figure casting,
what am I hitting over there?
Means he can't be up to date with casting those figures.
Put those back.
Yeah, you said
Which is
difficult,
being somebody who owns my own small company, I know what it's like. It's really difficult to get to the point where I can't afford to take days off. I can't afford to be ill. I have to select the days when I'm going to be ill. I can't actually be.
Oh yeah. No. I know exactly what that's like.
But there are loads of reasons to love Burrows Badgers. Another thing is the fact that because of my choice of that rather than over the Star Wars Legion all those years ago, was that Burrows and Badgers, it's really cheap buying. You need one rule book. You don't need any counters. Some players use counters for some things, to show activations and the rest of it. You don't need them. And you can, I love this. Any figure can go with any figure, so you can buy anything you like. Looks really cool. I can use that in my game straight away.
That's so cool.
Which makes it unusually quite an affordable hobby.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Another reason it's really good for an intro an intro game is that it gets you using a lot of the variety of dice as well.
Yep.
So getting you kind of learning the fundamentals of the different type of dice, because love games like Arcworld where you get to roll a bunch of
It's your
d6s.
best game at the moment, isn't it?
I love it. It's because I get to roll so many d6s.
This one guy's going to make an attack. How many dice is that?
Yeah.
So, wait a minute. Hold on, Harry. You like it because it rolls a lot of dice?
Harry likes to roll a lot. Harry collects dice, right? He's got loads of dice. He's got a bit of a dice thing. So he likes. We were playing a game on Wednesday night where he was rolling handfuls of d6, just for one dude as well. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas Burrows and Badgers uses all of the different polyhedral dice, but you're only normally rolling one dice at a time. You know, so from that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've always had a bit of a thing for dice and playing cards and stuff like that. We saw
Okay.
it.
Did you see that fall over?
It's not like it's been recorded.
Yeah, that did just kind of like fall over. That's good. I am, kind of getting there, I think.
Mr. Crockett has described
All right, come on.
Bad Sparrows, Wind of the Willows meets Game
Right
of
there.
Thrones.
Yeah.
No. Not across. Just in that spot.
And Scout is giving me a grief for my feeling towards Beatrix Potter.
Why? Do you not like Beatrix Potter?
I struggle with Beatrix Potter.
Well, that's because. Okay, I know. That's because I don't know. Why do you struggle with Beatrix Potter?
So for two reasons.
People need to know that.
So one of the reasons is they've done like the live action like theatre production.
Right, okay.
And I found the costumes to be utterly terrifying and horrific.
Okay.
They are amazing costumes, amazing staples of art and stuff like that. But just to me personally, they feel like I'm extracted from my mind there.
Okay.
And then the second of all, if you look at the drawings that go along with Beatrix Potter, the size of her hedgehogs to the size of her humans is horrific.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean.
It's absolutely utterly terrifying. Those hedgehogs would just massacre their children.
Now, that is true. I mean, but it's a bit like that. It's a bit like that with Wind in the Willows, where you got to the point where the willing suspension of disbelief when Toad is able to drive a car, and Toad is the size of a person then, or Badger more to the point, you know.
Completely. And just the concept of it hurts my brain.
Right, okay.
And then it was the ratio between their cats and a few other animals I saw in a few of the drawings.
Right.
It's just solely the drawings. My brain then just spirals onto what monstrous world is she created behind the scenes of the books.
I think you're making Beatrix Potter a bit more dark than it actually is.
You know what? Yeah.
Nice. Just to give you guys an update.
The classic horror movies from last month. I have not, but I do pick up while grabbing some games for the week. I picked up Scream on 4K, so that's now on those.
Did you just say Scream?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? I said before this to myself that I wasn't gonna jump on Harry about the movies again, like I did on the other one. So because Kim and I will make fun of him all night long, and I don't want to do that. So get him Blade. No, get him Blade. Somebody get him Blade.
I've got Blade.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. You've seen Blade then.
No. I own the DVDs, so I have them in my collection. I just haven't watched them yet.
God's sake, do you need me coming out?
Okay. Yeah, because this will go right down this will go down a rabbit hole.
Is that coming out? Can you see that?
Oh, that looks great, Tim. So yes,
Kind of getting it.
on my end, I'm introducing my son to true, actual modeling level use of super glue and sodium bicarbonate, just to get things started here. And then what I'm going to do is the young man is now going to help because he's been whining at me about not being able to do anything this whole time. What I want you to do is take the heavy glue and go right along the joints along the bolt. Okay?
Greg Cody puts with me the ballet, which is what that's what I'm talking about.
That spot right there.
Where are
No. Just on the stairs.
Jack's on my side, they're horrific night.
Okay.
It's not necessarily not.
That's how I interrupt
Okay.
You might be saying that the ballet with Jeremy Fisher, which is the one I particularly remember, which is, I'm not a big ballet fan, you can probably tell, but the ballet with Jeremy Fisher
That's
is
fine.
absolutely brilliant. It's really, really something.
You don't suck at it. I asked you to put those back
Where?
in the bed.
Okay, so
All right,
I did
just
recently watch the
where
Willow
it's
movie,
touching
right?
there. Okay. And you watched Willow?
I really liked it.
Oh, good.
I've got I've
No,
actually
it's
got 30,
fine.
40 minutes
No,
left to finish
that's
it.
fine.
Because my sleep tablets kicked in, and I started seeing some of a few of the actors, and it was like, okay, yeah, it's time to go this. So I need to finish watching it. But yeah, I enjoyed it so much, and I've ordered the Steel Case edition.
Well, that's great. Are you a big steampunk fan? Have you watched the original steampunk movie?
No, I haven't.
No. Well, if you like Willow, you will like it. No. The original steampunk movie is Time Bandits.
yeah.
And if you liked Willow, you'll love Time Bandits.
Time Bandits is made by the Pythons.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's a bit wacky.
Oh my goodness, yes, it certainly is. And very steampunk.
I did take a number of a few of the movies that I was told to watch, and I am intending to watch a few of them.
I can't help thinking that I'd have to disagree with you. I can't. Surely, Walt Disney's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea has got to be the first steampunk movie. With something like that.
So, yes, but it's Disney.
Yeah.
It's Disney in Disney. So I wasn't counting it because the truth is, you could also say the first space movie was Black Hole.
Well,
You know,
I
I feel like because it's Disney doesn't suddenly remove it from...
No. It was Disney when it was still Disney Mickey Mouse, not Disney World Mega Corporation. Well, during that time frame that 20,000 Leagues came around, they all had the same actors. Yeah, they all had the same actors in every movie for like 10 years there.
What's that? Charlton Heston, isn't it?
Yeah. No. You're right. I mean,
there is no song in the book of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, but they still had to make a song about the seal. So Charlton Heston.
yes, it was.
I feel like the Yoo-Hoo glue is now starting to kick in.
Man, have you not seen 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Oh, I've got 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is excellent. And one of the
Oh my gosh, yes.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is that when I started to get into steampunk, and I was thinking, I need to go back and read the books that kind of like inform steampunk, which is basically Jules Verne and H.G. Wells, right?
Yeah.
And I thought I'll make an effort to read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And a bit like pretty much any other Victorian prose, God, it's dull.
Yeah.
I always thought literally 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea meant 20,000 leagues down. Right?
Yeah.
No.
Apart from the fact that a league is technically 3 miles, right?
Yeah.
Normally. So 20,000, 60, so that doesn't work. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is actually circumnavigating the world. And Jules Verne, his style of writing is not unlike J.R.R. Tolkien's. When you read Lord of the Rings, and I read it a number of times, the problem with Lord of the Rings, for some people, including me, is that Tolkien puts in so much detail, right? He writes about, and at times you feel like he writes about every solid tree you walk by. It's a long tree, so it goes into great depth of detail about trees and fucking grass, and you can actually, in Middle-earth, although it's not supposed to be our Earth, it's in our galaxy, and he talks about all the planets you can see and all this kind of shit. So much detail. And Jules Verne did the same thing in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and he gives you a lot of detail about different plankton and seaweed and coral and shit.
Oh my goodness, yes.
I need to read more of the Rings, I absolutely love part of it.
Oh God,
So I reckon that'll be quite loud.
So having read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I did genuinely feel like I'd gone 20,000 leagues with the book. And
Well, it's easy to go to bed to. It is very easy to read if you like using books to go to sleep. That's for sure. Yeah.
It's got one of those little ends that doesn't actually end. It just kind of peters out, and then it got to the end. And so when Disney made 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, one of the things that purists don't like is the fact they messed around a bit. Of course,
Yeah, they certainly did.
Even in the early 50s, adaptations from books to films are never going to work on the screen.
No.
So they have this big kind of like explosive fight at the end of it, which is cool and actually is much better.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Than the end of the book.
The first picture of a squid tentacle coming out of the.
The most disappointing thing about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea now, right, is that you know that most people watching this will know that Heidi and I are big Disney World, Disneyland fans. We've been to Disneyland Paris many, many times. And one of my favourites at Disneyland Paris is Discoveryland. Because when they built Disneyland Paris, they didn't do Tomorrowland, they did Discoveryland, and it's very Jules Verne, H.G. Wells kind of like inspired. It's why it's based down in Disneyland Paris is better than any of the ones in America. And because it's a big kind of like race to the moon cannon, it's cool. But outside Space Mountain, they've got the Nautilus, and the Nautilus is it looks just like the one outfield. And you can walk through it, and it's got loads of all the props and sets and all the rest of it. And when you go into the main lounge, the main bit of the submarine, it's got like eye porthole opens up. And you used to get attacked by a squid, and there'll be electric shocks, and it's great squid heaves into view and tentacles and stuff, and you hear a voice to electrify the car on the outside of the hull of the ship, and it scares it away. And when we went and visited for a couple of days last year, we went through there and they've cleaned up and revamped and done the rest of it. And now it's all nicely. And you look out of the window and they've got rid of the squid and the electric shocks, and you just see some kind of orcas swimming past, or at the moment you see some. And it's like, oh, that's the best bit.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
This is no longer 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. This is David Attenborough going on. So,
I actually was intrigued by animals because I absolutely love the Extraordinary Gentleman.
yeah.
Like growing up, that was one of my all-time, like, if I wanted to sit down and go, I'd watch that.
Last film, terrible film, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, completely. It's one of those ones that, as someone who loved monsters and
Have you ever read the comics?
I brought the omnibus. I
did say have you bought the comics. I said have you read the comics?
No, I
actually need to open them and look at them. Because one of the things we're set to do for a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is find an American character and he doesn't belong there at all. So
No, he doesn't. But they were trying to sell the movie. They were trying to sell the movie over here too.
Exactly.
So yes, we need a young, very trim young man that can hit everything with a ball shot weapon from.
Yeah.
What did Sean Connery say in there? He says, what did he say? Pipping the ace? Is that what he called it?
Yep. So he doesn't belong there. But I do love the film.
I thought that was great.
And that's from Steampunk too. Now, I need to find some bottles, so I'm going to take my earphones off, I'm going to go dig through the cat back. Tim is about to, Crystal Whimsy on his phone call model, because
Exciting.
When I started posting about this, I posted some stuff today on Facebook and all the rest of it.
Yes.
Different groups down. I might even make a blog tonight. I don't know how long we'll be doing this, but so far, all I've done is this. So I'm going to go dig through some cat, find some postal words.
Jay Hanford did agree with me that the mice were disturbing. But Jeremy Fisher was amazing when it comes more about trusting nature.
Yeah, fair. And on that, have you ever seen the Box of Delights?
No.
The Christmas series. Oh, man, I know what you're. There's a really cool mouse in that will give you the juice. And the rat, and then the mouse.
I really want to watch the whole farm this year. That's all I use the Christmas movies. I want to find one.
Don't wait, have you got it?
No.
It's in one. Anyway, I'm going to get Bill Bolswood. Right, I'm going to go in Crystal Whimsy, do the Bolswood thing, and Joe.
All the claimants have mentioned Kirk Douglas.
Kirk Douglas, it wasn't Charles Heston. It was Kirk Douglas, you're absolutely right.
Oh, of course it was. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because he's also Kirk Douglas in the Vikings, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes,
he is.
So, yeah.
That's a cool concept.
Yeah,
It's completely impractical.
out of the box. The film Vikings is just, well, don't get it. But yeah, it's cool. But yeah, it's Kirk Douglas. Thanks, Rob. Thanks, mate.
Very much. Yes.
Yeah, right, okay, look, I really enjoyed it.
I'm taking the earphones. I'm walking Bolswood. I'm back in it.
Switch it.
Oh. I'm going out the door. I'm going to add Whimsy and yeah.
Right,
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. He keeps the bleed. Well, you have super glue there, right? So I mean, you could seal it. You're all right, Harry. Not a problem.
It's fine. I'm sure it'll mix very, very well with the focus amount of paint that I'm currently during my recovery.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful combination.
Oh, it'll be fine. Yeah, not a problem.
The other thing as well, I'm shooting number of shit.
I am going to be slowly building this ridiculous thing that I am. This is going to be one heck of a piece of terrain right here.
I don't mean to make Tim self-conscious, but yours does seem to be a lot bigger than his. Same.
I tried.
You know, they do say freaks bigger than America, don't they?
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, we have a bigger place here than you guys do.
Yeah.
So
I love it. We've got a system so we can now bring the table out, so we can we'll be able to actually play games on stream.
Oh,
Which is, I believe, something that Tim has talked about.
nice.
That'll be good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's gonna play Necromunda live.
I think it's good to do one of the Scaring the Child games as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after sleep, we could actually play the Ark World Arcade Bug Hunt that we played on this.
So that'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Got the templates, that'll be loaded back next week. That's cool.
back in the room. So one of the things that we've done in the last couple of weeks, when you play, Dale,
Where?
yeah, where do you normally, where do you play regularly, where do you regularly play?
It's called Old Guard Games, and it's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And
Milwaukee, Essex.
as opposed to that.
Get a little bit on the same place, travel all that way, it's been
Shut up, Matthew.
We're not there yet. We started here. I mean, we'll see where we are in a few years. You never know. But hey, every big thing started with little stuff. That's how it always is. So yeah, well, see, there's some other things going on with my channel and stuff, which is German people and people from Denmark and Sweden and all kinds of neat stuff.
Joining into some European stuff.
Well, there's a thing about that. That's that may come to pass. You never know. I have to. For some reason, they're kind of having a problem with my my passport. But no, President. Not that guy does anything, anyways. So I mean, well, I don't know. Here, hold on. Let me rephrase. Let me rephrase and change the word president into prime minister and put you guys in the same boat. He's very good on social media because he owns 30% of social media here. So it's kind of a thing, Not that I agree or any of that other stuff. I try not to get involved with that, but yeah, I mean, everybody else is, but yeah, no. When when I was in the military, I had certain securities and things like that, which are kind of giving me a little bit of a hard time getting a passport. But to be honest, I let that boiled over about 2.5 years ago, and I've let it sit that long. So I'm gonna check again. I was more surprised than anybody else. But I don't know. There's also Australia, which might be a neat idea. We have lots of friends in Australia, New Zealand, and I mean, to be honest, I didn't know it was just like when Tim and I were on Some City Radio a couple of weeks ago. You know, I mean, we just started this.
Yeah.
I had no idea. You know, amazingly enough, we've had 6 people watching my stream where I haven't been doing very much talking in the last hour, for an hour. And, you know, it's really awesome. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's great. I'm amazed that anybody watches me, to be honest.
Well, always.
I mean,
Never mind that. I always think that's the same about me anyway. So anyway, so you tell us about where you play.
so,
It's an LGS.
so yes, it is. And it was opened up by one of my oldest friends in the world. He owns Badger Games. And basically what ended up happening was he couldn't rent the place that had anybody staying there. It's a commercial space right across the street from the main entrance to the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. And he tried for 5 years and couldn't get a business to stay, you know, be able to make the rent. So basically at that point he said, you know what, I'm going to go for it, because he started Badger Games in 2011, right when internet ordering and things like that started, and it kind of blew up. You know, they go to everything all across the country, you know, going to shows and setting stuff up. And he kind of, it was really funny. I hadn't talked to him for a while. And then when I came back, I was like, how's it going? He goes, well, I'm opening up this game store, you know, 3 blocks north of where my hardware store is. And I was like, really? I was like, do you guys, you know, are you going to do Games Workshop? Because he's a big Black Powder guy. He's a Napoleonics gamer. And you know, that's what I thought he was going to be pushing. And he's like, no. Everything that's in Old Guard Games is going to be, there'll be some stuff with Badger that's kind of a crossover. But for the most part, yeah, it was very heavy Games Workshop, Star Wars, Bolt Action, Napoleonics. Tim, by the way, if you do decide to make a pilgrimage to my end of town, the world, he carries everything for the Old West.
Nice.
Everything. All of it. All the terrain, all the models, he carries all of it there. He also carries everything for Silver Bayonet, which there's very few places that actually carry that in store. You know, but he just does it. Now, do you guys play anything from Osprey Games?
Well, actually, Burrows and Badgers is actually published through Osprey.
Is it?
Which is,
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
the only bit of the game that Mike doesn't have full control over because it's being Osprey publishing. But he publishes all the supplements. But the main rules is Osprey. I've got Silver Bayonet on the shelf.
yeah,
Over there.
it's a fun game. That's a fun game. Not much different than Burrows and Badgers. A little more gamey, you know.
That's a Joseph McCullough game, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's another one of those games where I've avoided because I know that I end up doing it all.
Right.
Making stuff forward.
No, right. I know.
You get to the point where the guys I play with, I mean, originally they all got to B&B because I was B&B and that's what I was doing. And now I like the fact that our group is a bit more democratic. It doesn't have to be about what games Tim wants to play. And I know that my gaming can be often ADHD. You know, I in the past skip from one system to another.
Right.
And I don't want to be at the point where everybody's having to change another game system just because Tim fancies another game system.
Tim did it, right.
Which is why I'm quite enjoying Artworld because at least other members of that group, when we were at Partisan, were like, you've got to go look at this, we want to do this. So it wasn't me going,
Nice.
let's play this game. It was Harry and Ted really. So,
Nice.
it's quite
Oh, that's cool. But
So
Yeah, that's great. But we play every Thursday night. It's Necromunda night in the basement, and I set up as much terrain as people that show up. This last week we had 15 people show up, and our Jay and I's kind of little claim to fame is not much different than yours, Tim. We just show up. We just show up and we have our stuff and we set our stuff up. And right, I mean, well, what else are you going to do at the end of the day? I mean, you have all this stuff and somebody gives you an opportunity to use it all, you do it, right? That's how I look at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we just started, and there's 30, 40 people now in the group that kind of swing around, because not everybody has Thursdays off, and that's my day. That's my night off, where I don't do anything with them or the wife or any of that stuff, And we do Necromunda, and we got. Well, I think the most we ever did was 18 tables. Yeah, I know. Well, you're not the only one who's batshit crazy about making a lot of terrain, my friend. I love it, and it's I mean, it's Harry, one of the things that you have to understand is Tim's my age, and when we were growing up, railroaders were cool, and you
Never been cool, mate. They've never been cool.
No, but when you went to see a railroad board, something that somebody had absolutely to the T's. I mean, you walk in there, you don't even need to know what the hell it is that you're looking at. You're just looking at it going, this is awesome. And that's the level of terrain that I try to emulate. I mean, with my own take on it, and all that other stuff. And it doesn't follow rules or any of that other stuff, just crap that I've picked up over 5 decades of doing this nonsense. I mean, it's a thing. And Ben lets me store all my stuff there, and more people keep showing up. And then this adepticon thing kind of fell in our laps last year. Now, adepticon's been going on 2006. You don't know. You're just guessing.
Yeah, I just guess.
But the mid 2000s.
So you're as old as Tim?
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
Seriously?
One of you should be insulted.
Hey, kid, don't let the beard fool you. Yeah, it's like, I'm. How many weeks? About 2 months between us, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm April 12th. You're.
Yeah, I'm February 14th. So
Oh, okay. So 2 months. Yeah, almost 2 months.
Yeah.
So, they were always down in Illinois, and like I said, my friend Ben was with them from the start, when there was only 300 people that showed up for the, day and a half that Adepticon started. And now it's taking up the whole Baird Center in Milwaukee and getting global reference and all this other stuff. And the damn thing lands right in my backyard. And I know everybody running it and all this other stuff. And since the Necromunda thing has taken off so much at Ben's store, he was just like, you should get in on this, because he has a booth there at Badger, and I think Olgar Games is going to have one there too. And it's just absolutely skyrocketed. And to be perfectly honest, I'm a bit humbled, to be perfectly honest, to have all this attention, because I mean,
I say that after every show, I feel really humble about it. Oh,
Yeah.
fucking love it.
Oh, no. I do too. Don't get me wrong. I do love it. But for the most part, you know, it was, you know, what are we doing this Saturday night or this Saturday night? You know, oh yeah, we're not going to go out on a date with girls or anything. We're gonna go over to Dale's house and you know play games, which is you know has a little different meaning in Britain, I think, than it does here. You know, I was always the third choice. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, but you know, back when I started doing this stuff, that the wargaming wasn't something you promoted, so to speak. You know, it wasn't. It was, you know, most of the time your dad was looking at you, going, "How come you're not dating girls?" You know, or anything like that. You know, you know.
Tabletop gaming is a stranger thing to make it cool. But then Henry Cavill's going to do it, as he said.
Well, he already has. Good Lord.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
The sexiest man on the planet. Jesus.
What is happening? I don't understand what you're saying.
Henry Cavill? Well, you're not listening, so no, you're not going to understand. So, yes.
But no, it does make it a little bit difficult to understand. But don't worry, mate, that is the default instinct when Tim is talking.
Oh, no. John's not listening. John doesn't listen to anybody. He's 13. He doesn't listen to anybody.
he doesn't need to listen to anybody.
No, I agree. Yeah. No, I wasn't saying it as a bad thing. Not what you know, just.
Look, I just want to prove that I am doing stuff, right? So look, Balsa Wood are now on cardboard box. We're coming on.
I'll let you see where you want it. There's cameras as well.
Oh, God, bloody hell. Look.
More over the top of the boat than the wood.
Well, there's that. Look.
Well, Tim, just as another option, you could tell Harry to turn my blasted face off too. For half a second so you can see.
You're here as a guest on the live stream.
I know. Yeah, I know.
So one of the things that we've started doing since our last live stream is actually going to our FLGS again.
Oh, good.
I've never been a fan of gaming anywhere apart from at home.
Right. No, right. I get it.
And in the last few years, of course, we've kind of like developed this group of guys who are playing B&B and whatever. We've been gaming at, well, we haven't been playing at home, we've been playing at a place called Time and Space, which is a steampunk room that I was lucky enough 5 years ago to do all the art direction and the interior design. And we've made use of that, but the problem with that is the fact that it's a bit of a ball ache to use, frankly. We have to go there, get your lane, key entry to the car park, and then unlock
Wow.
the tables out. And where we've been, where we are,
Members broke his finger setting up tables.
did it? Who was it?
That's
That's enough.
So his finger is a locking mechanism. Made a locking mechanism twice in a bowling table. He done it once and was like, oh man, that really hurt. And he done it again and thought, oh man, that really hurt. And then 2 years later, it still hurts. So he got an x-ray on it. And it turns out that he needs a new finger joint because there's a muscle.
So, our local, one of our local game stores, we've had a few in the area, but the biggest one, of course, is Wayland Games. And Wayland is they do. I can't remember how the game they call it. Yeah, they bought the franchise of one of those.
Oh, no.
Western Games. Yeah, Wild West Exodus.
Okay.
But Wayland
Right on top there.
are one of the biggest
Baking soda right on top there.
independent retailers of games in the country. And they used to have a place in Hockley, which is just 10 minutes down the road. And they very much, originally, they had a store just opposite each down in LC, immediately opposite the Warhammer shop. In fact, that shop Wayland had on the Light South end was actually the location of the Games Workshop when I worked for.
Oh,
That was, and the guy who opened that was Darren, who was the guy who worked for Warhammer. The Warhammer store moved across the street. Darren moved out, still working for the workshop, and then he left to work for Wayland and set up the Wayland shop immediately opposite. But Wayland have always, they had their mail order centre and their own little shop.
You hit it here.
And a gaming hall in his warehouse, and I never liked it. I always just thought it was like a kind of thing that they kind of did. It was
the community was a bit interesting as well.
yeah, but it was just a big play. And lots of people started playing it. I never fancied it. I never really went to
When you had a very large number of people that could all play at the same time, you got quite a lot of people. I think it's really cool to go over and look over people's tables and have a chat with them about the game system they're playing. I don't know whether it's just my experience when I was young, because I was young at Wayland. So I spent 14 between the ages of 13 and 15. But you had pretty much. You had a lot of people who would come up and tell you how to play your army, or tell you that you're playing it wrong, or
big nerds who would tell you how to do it.
You are all ready to come to America, my friend. That is exactly what it is.
And I'm very much. I really don't like that, because it's very much, it's your personal hobby. You play it, you have fun how you want to play it. You want to play, you want to paint all your Space Marines in glitter sparkle pink. You bloody well do it.
Yep.
That is your choice. You're the one who pays for the figures, you pay for the paints. People have got right, if they're doing tournaments, to set their own rules and painting standards. If you want to do that, that's their choice. They're running the tournament. But for casual, play, hobbies are all about just having a laugh, aren't they?
I've got you. Do it. It's your hobby. You do it. But anyway, the cool thing about Wayland is
Wayland has got a really nice community as well.
Wayland have moved. They've moved location. They've now moved 20 minutes in the other direction, up the main road from here. And they are now in a purpose-built retail industrial unit, brand new site, and they're basically based. I think they've based their model on how Warhammer World works.
Okay.
It looks completely different to Warhammer World, but they've got the shop's well stocked, lots of different independent games and various things, tons of workshop stuff, but and then they've got this really cool gaming hall, which has probably got wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, about 24 4-foot by 6-foot tables. And then they've got the lounge as well, which has got a lot of sitting area, and you can sit, and then an incredible
space for like card games.
Yeah, great space for card games,
Cool.
sit down, play Blood Bowl, that kind of thing. And then they've got this outrageous restaurant as well, which is part of the lounge, where they do great food, really cheap. Well, not really cheap, but proper prices.
It's fair price, especially for the quality you get.
Yeah, it's incredible. And you have the bonus of your halloumi fries and your bao bun with brisket in it. So you buy a chubby beardy wargamer rather than a kind of like a waitress.
Which I really like, which really tickles. It was a servant. It was a servant for the better part of a year. And was doing my training today.
Nice.
Coming and then having been served by it was quite a fun experience. But it's a great venue. It's just down the road from us, and we now play. We've done 2 sessions now on a Wednesday night, and we're now getting to the point where we're playing every Wednesday. You book tables for free. You can have drinks and food brought to your table.
Wow.
It's got a really genuinely quite nice atmosphere as well. It really feels a lot less bearded.
Yeah,
it feels a lot more inclusive and a lot. People just seem less pricky, to put it short. People actually seem like when they come up to you and look at your game, they're generally interested and generally want to just have a conversation rather than trying to correct you.
Yeah, I mean,
really lovely environment.
At the moment, we're the only people who aren't really playing workshop games, aren't we?
Yeah, true.
But it's really cool. They're not bothered about people wandering around looking at other tables. They're genuinely interested in what we're playing.
And then everyone that I've interacted with so far, from staff to punters who have gone there, everyone's actually been pretty bloody nice.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Outstanding.
And for the first time in my 40-something years of playing tabletop games, I'm kind of like encouraged to go somewhere. I'm liking the sense of occasion.
Yeah.
And that kind of, right, we're going to go out with booked tables, we're going to go out and play on a Wednesday night. Is different to coming back to our house. We might play a game, we might not. We sit around. I mean, if we get together socially, and we'll have a nice chat, especially when it's your family and me and Heidi, whatever. We might end up playing a game, but if everybody don't, we go around someone's house. Whereas if you go somewhere specific to play, it's very cool. I'm delighted because last 2 weeks, both my wife Heidi and my son Nathan have come and played as well. And Nate, who's just turned 24, hasn't wanted to play a tabletop game since he was about 12. So the fact that he wants to get out, socialise, and come and play games again is really cool. So I'm really loving it. It's a really great place. So and chatting with the guys there, it's almost definitely going to be somewhere where. And those of you in the B&B world are watching this. When I've talked to them in the past about hosting B&B events, the housekeeping side of running an event has always put me off. But actually, playing a game at Wayland would be putting on the events at Wayland would be a piece of cake. They're really keen to do that, and all those things about not enough toilets, not enough parking, what people are going to do for lunch, all those things would just go away. Because we'll just book umpteen tables for people to come and play B&B or whatever, and we can host an event there, which is super accessible. It's only 5 minutes off the M25, really easy to get to, vehicles, access-wise. It's great, love it. So, roll on, I'm enjoying that a lot.
Really nice as well. I'm a big believer in a sense of community. I always have been. I think that humans are a communal species, so you as much as have time by yourself, it's great.
We have the
You need that community. So us coming together as a gaming group, and now that we've got even more numbers in our ranks, with Heidi and Nate and Laura.
As well. Rob became last week.
It's just, I'm just loving it. It's kind of almost like perfect time for me. It's great going out, going to a space, and then being like, there's sort of like 10 other people here who I all know I get along with, and we're all here to do this like one thing. And everyone's getting out their figures that they're painted and they're taken care with. We get to play on Tim's epic scenery. It's just that sense of community is it's really nice to have that in person. I've had it online in a lot of cases.
I mean, we could
nice to get that in person.
We can just use Wayland. Have got loads of scenery that you can use, but most of it is straight out of box workshop type stuff. So it's nice to be able to take my own stuff, and they're not at all pissy about that. When you book a table, it says, "Do you want to use our terrain, or are you bringing your own?" So from that point, that's kind of cool.
That's
and
very
their
cool.
staff have been really welcoming.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm going to stick my building to one side for a minute because I'm going to turn over to my balloon. Now this balloon has got this kind of propeller on the back, which is a bit weedy, but because this is going to be an Arcanite powered hot air balloon, I need to have a different form of propulsion. So what I'm going to do, got these little kind of fins, these little wings, well not wings, are they? Little fins on the reverse. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Yakult bottles with 2 T's, I'm going to pronounce both the T's, and I'm going to cut a slice out of the bottle, and I'm going to stick my Yakult bottle onto a fin. Like that, stick that in there, and then I'm going to do some more digging through the cack. I've gone and found some Necromunda pipe, Promethean pipe kind of like covers, which will sit really nicely in the back end of these Yakult things, and out the front, I think that's a Playmobil wheel of some description. That's going to sit over the other end, and I'm going to cut some simple cardboard strips around here so I can put rivets on it, so it's got a bit of texture to paint as well. And then this way, this thing's going to have kind of like these kind of Arcanite jet engine thing malarkeys on the back. It's going to look kind of cool, he says, predicting the fact that he hopes it's going to look kind of cool and not completely ridiculous. Although this is a whimsical fantasy kind of like airship, so from that point of view,
it looks cool.
The nice thing about doing this is a bit like building orc stuff for 40k.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually have to make sense and doesn't actually have to look like it's going to work. So what do I need to do first? I'm going to cut a slice.
Before we go any further, let me rub in on my live stream. Crafting Troll, I think I fixed the echo that Tim's making. Give me a message if that's true or not. So Anyways, go ahead.
Hello.
Wow, right.
Hello, okay.
No, this was about the headphone issue that I was having before we started. So,
I'm
So-
now attempting to cut the Yakult bottle and not slice my fingers open. But we'll see how we go with that. Now,
Great content if you do that, at least.
yeah, there'll be blood everywhere. There'll be first aid. There'll be kind of like, drama. It'll be exciting.
I'm not first aid trained, but I am heavily medicated.
Well, good. That's fine. Then. That's fine.
We've got super glue, haven't we?
We have got super.
can you do
yeah,
me a
we're
favor and
good.
go on upstairs and
And there's
see if
a
it's
grub
on?
shop in
Go
the
on
house.
my
if you need
live
one.
stream. Thank you.
But I don't want to get the lecture for letting you cut yourself.
No, it's okay.
I'd rather let you bleed, It's
So,
Who? Wait a minute. Who would you get the lecture from?
my wife.
She's still
Oh,
giving
God.
people lectures on you hurting yourself? Really?
Yep.
I feel it'd more be crossfire, but yeah.
It's not actually, I like these little Yakult bottles. This is when Dale and I
They're
recently.
only useful.
I'm hoping that some of the people watching this might actually listen to the Sump City Radio podcast. If you haven't listened to the two of us blathering away for 2 hours about Necromunda Terrain, then what you need to do is find Sump City Radio on wherever you get your podcasts from and check out the latest episode because, after we've listened to a very nice chap, was he German? There was another guy that interviewed first who makes amazing scenery. And then Dale and I gassed away for a couple of hours. And I think the two guys, Chris and Matt, who are hosting the episode, didn't really get much of a word in edgeways, did they? In fairness, Dale didn't get much of a word in edgeways.
Yeah, I got plenty in. That's fine.
But, look, that's cool. Look, check that out.
That's very cool. Yeah, I love the show him. I can see it on the cameras.
That's good, yeah. I want adulation live in the room. Shut up. And, all right. Woo-hoo, go Tim. Yeah, so I'd heartily recommend that you, if you're a Necromunda player especially, you kind of like, tune into Sump City Radio because it's cool. The latest episode has got Dale and I talking about
all kinds of
making Necromunda scenery, mostly. Well, actually, Life the Universe.
Yeah.
But I did talk about the fact that these bottles, these Yakult bottles that I'm using here.
Who's the third person on the stream? Me.
Who's the third person? Well, we got two. Yeah.
The third person on the stream is my son, John.
Yeah.
The one. The only.
Sorry, people have just figured out that I'm streaming along with you, I think.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Well, and
Freaky people,
I think I have, amazingly enough, for just as a little technical episode here, we've been going, what now, an hour? Almost?
Almost 2.
Okay, so
Job, really?
I have
Still
figured.
hour and
I have
42
figured.
minutes.
Well,
It's,
Tim, I had a
coming
feel.
up
Tim, I had a feeling this was going to go this way because you and I kind of get lost in what's going on. So, to take away the echo without having other headphones, I got these new headphones.
Yep.
And I'm sending it through these headphones, but I have the headphones turned up all the way, and it's coming out of this now, and we're not getting any reverb, which is pretty cool. So you'll find a way, It's one of those things. Kind of crazy.
Right. So, yeah.
So, talking of projects that everyone's doing, obviously Tim has now established a Discord.
Yes.
And one thing that I have recommended as a little bit of a pitch, I just wanted to know if you guys put in the chat whether you'd be interested in it, would be to be showcasing some of your guys' projects.
Oh,
So
cool idea,
we'll put a little section in the Discord where you guys can upload your stuff, and me and Tim will go through before the stream, and we'll pick out some, and we'll go through and showcase projects we think you guys have been going for.
I don't want to mess with your system because that will involve taking in things on screen. But there's all kinds of things, sections like that on my Discord already.
Okay,
Oh,
so
very cool.
the other person with Tim is Harry,
Yep.
That's the third person you're probably hearing. So,
The disembodied voice.
If you watch my channel, you'll hear me talk about Fabled Fae fairly regularly. And apart from anything else, if Rob Langlands is still on, he's going to ask about whether the buildings that we're going to be doing are ready yet. No, I haven't written instructions. Harry makes gaming materials, bits and pieces. So sticky grass tufts and kind of like 3D printed things and all kinds of other bits and
wow.
pieces. So yeah, and apart from anything else, one day very soon, and will be for Salute. He says, looking around and wondering where the smeg they are.
One of the many boxes up
One of the many boxes up here. This fantasy cottage kit, scratch building kit, will be nearly available. We've produced all of this. Yeah, so I want to get people scratch building and making their own stuff.
Yep.
And in here is everything you need to make a cottage for fantasy games. But the only thing we haven't had time to do yet, and I am going to do in the next few days, is actually write the instructions so we can make a video and actually then get it out and sell. So there's this one, which is the fantasy cottage, and there's another one, which is a forge. And then we've got a couple of other ideas for this. Plus, I want to do a bunch of sci-fi ones as well. And we kind of like first had this out, and we had the prototype of this at Partisan last October.
Yes, we did.
And my initial thought was, oh, we'll get them out for Christmas, and that totally didn't happen because Christmas. And yeah, now I need to.
Yeah, it's a busy time for you in Red.
And and we got to the point where we need to make the instructions. The actual kits are fantastic, and they come with. He says, opening a box, it's just got fuck all in it.
It's empty.
This one has got. Wait a minute. This one, it comes complete with a piece of bubble wrap, a bag of green cocaine slash flock, a laser cut wall template, a laser cut gable end template with a really nice laser cut Fable Fae logo on it. A little bag of sand, a strip of Fable Fae grass tufts. These are cool. And a kind of a roof beam template, and it hasn't actually got any of the materials, this box, to make the model because I must have used them in one of the prototypes. But
Oh yeah, you did, yeah.
when I go over here and I take another one of these off the shelf, wait a minute. If I take this one off the shelf,
There you go.
this one has got the aforementioned bubble wrap, also has the bag of flock and the basing materials and the wall template and the gable end template and the beam template, but it also comes with a couple of different pieces of balsa wood, a different wood beam template, the grass, flock, stony bits, a 3D printed window, a 3D printed door frame, a little piece of XPS foam with a bunch of dressmaking needles, a piece of foam core, another piece of foam core, some cardboard, an MDF base, and some XPS foam to make the whole model with, you see. It's really cool. And some laser cut roof tile, which are in there somewhere as well, which are also from Fabled Fae. So that's the kind of plan. All I've got to do now is make the instructions.
Yeah, make the instructions.
Make the instructions and a video to actually to give people an idea. And the whole idea is that it's a scratch building thing, so you shouldn't really need that much. But
no, but we want to make it kind of beginner and.
Oh yeah, this box is labelled as expertise level beginner. So from that point of view, now we don't. There's a picture of everything. There's a picture on the back of everything that's in it. We don't. We're not trading at Salute, so we're not going to be selling these at Salute. But we are going to make these available for people. Hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, to order them in advance, and we can deliver them at Salute, and we can certainly be taking orders at Salute.
There you go.
We're only playing games at Salute, so we're not. We haven't got a stand. We're not trading at Salute.
We get to the point where I, as Fabled Fae, can trade at Salute. We're in a very lovely place.
Hell yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of
Nice.
Bob, I'm really sorry I haven't done the instruction.
Coffee will be available at Salute.
Well, the forge. Hang on. I don't think anybody's seen the forge. Wait a minute.
Sneaky. And also the Discord. Have you got your Discord link up somewhere where people can join?
There is a Discord link up it might have run out, so I'll have to put up another
Shall I
Discord link.
post one in the chat?
Yeah, we can do, yeah.
For those of you who haven't joined the Magrathea Discord, there should be an active link. That should take you to a join page for Discord. I hope.
No, I think it does.
Okay,
The
perfect.
link's usually good for about 4 to 7 days, usually, before
Okay,
you have
perfect
to
then.
do something to it again. So,
Oh yes, the Forge. I'm really excited about the Forge.
Yeah.
The hope is eventually we'll have actually the ability to buy a full village set.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember the other buildings we said we're going to make. We're going to make a chapel and a pub.
Yeah, pub. To be honest, now you've got Discord, wouldn't we could probably take a vote?
Probably could, yeah, certainly from that point of
See
view.
what people
No, look,
see what people like.
This is the cottage that's on the box, and I've actually made a different one. I did a video where I made a different one with the kit. So from that point of view, that's kind of like nice. And then this is the forge, which is very similar to the cottage. Different set of you'll get different materials in it. And then the other thing that's in here as well is that not that there's one on here, but actually if I open up my Arcworld dice box, because that's where they are. Along with everything else you'll get in the forge kit, and it'll be similar to the cottage with you'll get all the MDF and all the foam core and all the rest of it. Because it's a forge, it will also include cast resin anvil as well, which is kind of cool. So that's which is also a Fable Fae product. This one designed by Gary, which is Harry's dad, apart from anything else. Printed, so that'll be in the kit too. So the forge, I'm hoping. When I've got into the swing of actually writing instructions is really difficult.
yes.
As an English teacher, I know how difficult it is. So from that point of view, to make them succinct and work and make them work and all the rest of it. So it's a bit of a challenge. But when I've done the one for the cottage, I'm going to do the one for the forge fairly quickly. I think the reason why that box up there is mostly empty is because I used most of the materials out of that box.
Yeah, we were doing a thingy
To make the forge, because we were testing it, because the forge is like the cottage with some additions,
Yeah.
basically. So, but it's a really lovely little model. I really like it. So
We did also talk about, for one of the streams, we may bring in someone who's not quite as experienced with actually making buildings.
yeah, that would be cool. Actually, that would be a really good kind
Whether
of.
that's myself or someone else. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not. As much as I do dabble with 3D modelling and stuff like that, I am not a builder.
So they're designed to be skirmish buildings. So they come apart. You take the roof. That's the roof off the forge. And I think it's a really nice model. I'd
think so
happily
too.
stick that on the table.
Yeah.
So these are going to, these two models will be on our Arcworld table because
Okay.
they're going to be up on the they're going to be on this bit of terrain that I haven't made yet.
I think
They'll be part of the
Got
mine.
a lot of Arcanite.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you're doing this, Tim, because my son is sitting here on my live stream right now on his phone instead of
Wait, what?
the rest of it. Yeah, right. Can you put that away like I asked you to do a while ago?
So look, I've got stuck on one Yakult bottle on the side. Yakult bottles bought specifically
Where?
to be used in models. I have no idea what it tastes like. I don't need any more.
No, Yakult's not designed for drinking. It's
No.
designed for scenery making.
Exactly. I don't need any more microorganisms in my gut. So from that point of view, but the bottles are pretty cool. Well, they were, but then I've lost the other one. I've got another one on it somewhere.
Hopefully for Salute as well, I should be restocked in tufts, and also you may also have some 3-inch blast radius templates.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool. Yeah, because we decided we need 3-inch ones for Arcworld, don't we?
Yeah, so Arcworld uses some
come on, I had
3-inch templates and stuff like that.
I had a
So
bottle around here.
I am currently working with some CADs and stuff like that to get those designed up.
Has there been some swearing on this show this evening?
We've done all right so far. I
Oh,
think.
because I can't find this fucking bottle anyway. Oh no, hang on, it's on the shelf. Here we are.
Where else would you keep it?
Yeah.
So yeah, for those of you who haven't joined the Discord server, that I've just put a link up, so you can join the server. Once again, hopefully we'll be able to do we'll be doing a little bit of a showcase of people's stuff. and it'll be just a good place to continue to grow the community. It's
John, you hold the chat.
we've enjoyed the streaming as obviously getting to interact with all you guys and girls and non-binary pals. So it kind of gets you interacting more as well.
If you haven't joined the Discord server, I don't blame you. I've only just joined it myself. It's
Scout's just joined up.
oh, nice, a Scout.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, hang on. I'm going to glue that on back on there. Glue, like that. And then there like that. And while that's drying there, I kind of thinking that might not be the best
One
solution.
thing I wanted to just take a second to mention while Tim's doing this as well.
And
Just get you guys talking about and put in the chat whether it would be something you're interested in. If Tim did set up a YouTube members side of things, so you could get access to videos a little bit earlier, would that be something that it would? It wouldn't be much to subscribe, I don't believe. You'd still get all the same videos that you do currently. You would just get a couple of little extra perks. Is that something that people would be interested in?
or do we just stick with Patreon?
Or do we just stick with Patreon? I don't know which one's easier. Get some. Might be able to get some emotes and stuff like that made, so you can get some little custom emotes for being a member. Obviously, there's still very much just trying to see if people are interested in this.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Yeah. Put in the comments if you would be interested in Tim starting up a little members page.
It's it's kind of cool now because actually with Harry on board, helping out with this kind of thing means that I don't have to worry about all the technical bits, which I'm not that good at. To be honest, yeah. So it's that all of these kind of things would be entirely possible. I'm led to believe.
Yeah. How well I can get it working is always the question.
Well, we get there eventually.
Yeah. That's like I do most things in life. I get there, just not the way I'm probably meant to.
Well, yeah. Tell me about it. You and me both, mate.
Yeah. So yeah, if that's
Wow.
something people are interested in, we can definitely have a look at sort of getting one of those set up. Just just lets you guys it helps with some bigger and better projects.
How's your model going, Dale?
Well, better. My second, who was supposed to be watching that stuff, was on his phone. So sorry about that, guys.
They were talking.
Yeah, I know, and you were not watching.
What do you mean I wasn't watching?
These are the things that what I have to explain what I meant by you weren't watching.
He was watching his phone.
I know. It's all my fault, I know.
We know.
The poor defeat in your voice there.
Yeah, that's all right. Are you a parent yet, Harry?
I'm only 24, so thankfully not.
Oh, I don't know. I was a parent for 4 years by the time I was 24.
Oh,
so
fair enough.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, fair. Yeah,
So,
that's fair. Yeah.
Once you're a parent,
no.
you'll get that same noise that comes out.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. At some point, I would, I definitely would consider having kids.
It's all
God help us.
Yeah, God,
not a
yeah.
big deal.
Not only can you imagine my genes being passed down, but God help us, whoever was being willing to date me
Long enough to produce one.
Yeah. Jesus.
That voice you were hearing was the sound of learning how to pick your battles. There's no point in getting angry about it right now.
I'm sorry, did I say 24?
You said you're 24. You're not.
23.
You're 23.
23.
My kid's 24.
Yeah.
Younger than yours.
My actual kid is 24. Isn't he? Fuck's sake. All right, now then, go stick that on there, and then that's going to do that like that, and then right.
God.
Hey.
My own age is
It's all right. Happens a lot around here, mate.
yeah.
We are
You go and ask Heidi how old she is. You won't have a clue.
we are deep into the CAC.
I don't think I
Look
can
at
duck that.
this. There we go. That's nice. This is gonna work out great.
I'm full on the whimsy this evening.
Oh no,
So,
that's good. That's good because I am deep in the CAC. It's been kind of nice because some of these live streams I have to talk and do all this stuff, and I don't get an awful lot done. But
Yep, I found that.
we're getting some stuff done tonight. So next time we do this, I'll lead a little bit more, and you can get work done. How about that?
It's been working quite well in the last few minutes.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
but
good.
yeah, we're cool. Yeah, I'll come on your live stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chuck,
Well,
chuck.
yeah.
I'm using the wrong glue. I'm using the wrong glue to do this.
Oh.
I don't know. That might work. Right, I'm going to leave that alone. See if the glue would do its thing now. Stop.
I've also added myself to the community now as well.
Oh, that's nice. Are you on my Discord now?
Yeah, I'm now actually on your Discord, yeah.
Bless you.
I thought as the person that helped encourage you to start it and helps run things, I thought it probably would be helpful if I was actually also part of the community.
Could be.
Well,
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it makes things easier to keep the conversation going. So, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, but it also means people have to deal with me, so, you know.
Nah, that's okay.
You haven't met him. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
I was laughing at that. I was also laughing at Space Doc. Good luck trying to lead and expect him to keep quiet.
Yeah, absolutely right. He's got a point.
He's got a very good point.
Right, okay, so look, now, here we go.
Right backwards.
That's doing that. My Yakult bottles are now stuck.
Yeah, well, you've almost actually made a model.
No, well, I'll get out. There's loads to do, but it's kind of like working. Yeah, that's kind of cool. They're really neat. I've got a load of repair work to do to them. I've probably used the wrong glue. I should have used super glue, really, I think. But
Yes, I'm getting text by everyone saying that I'm 23. I am fully aware. I have now remembered this.
you weren't fully aware when you said it, though, were you?
No, I wasn't. And actually, to be in complete fairness, they probably had a bit of a delay.
That's okay. That's the drink. It's fine. Not a big deal.
It's obviously you.
You're a young man, full of vim and vigor. It's fine.
I'm actually teetotal.
Yeah, he is, yeah. He never used to be.
No, I used to drink a lot, but no, I was on too many medications, and it was just like it was not worth the risk anymore. So
Medication and alcohol not compatible.
yeah, no. Oh yeah, I'm on a lot of medication.
Harry's. Yeah. We won't bore you with all the details, but yeah, basically the fact that he's walking around in upright is a bit of a miracle, really, frankly. So from that point of view,
Yeah, it was close for a little bit.
Who'd you piss off to have that situation happen?
It was a hill. Well, we're fairly sure I lost a bet to a hill, but it could have also been the bet that I lost against him.
Yeah.
So we don't know if it was the concrete steps, it was the hill, the 20-foot drop, or the rugby,
or the genetics.
or the genetics.
So,
Your mum and dad still watching?
Sorry, yeah. They are.
Oh, well. That's better. I mean, those are at least good excuses. All of my deformities came from my results of my smart mouth most of the time. Which is...
Got the advantage of being able to have a little bit of a smart mouth.
Well, you know.
It's quite a big fellow.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, well, the thing is I'm a small fella. That's the problem. But, you know, that's okay.
Yeah, well,
you live, you
what
learn.
I was more thinking is I can have a smart mouth because, you know, people don't tend to start on the big dude in the corner that's got a walking stick and clearly correct.
See, that's what you're hitting right there is where I went wrong, because you would have been the first. You would have been the target.
God, yeah.
That's how crazy I was back in the day.
We got the big dudes first.
Oh, yeah,
That's not
sure.
working.
Yeah.
David, the story of David and Goliath kind of unfortunately left a lot of people knocked out over the years.
I know. But that's a long time ago now. That was the 90s. Good Lord.
I've always
Last century, mate. Last millennium.
I know. I know. What the hell? When did that happen?
always been a wee bit of a pacifist in my own regards. I've injured myself enough without anyone else's assistance.
You know,
Right.
you never stop injuring yourself. It's a funny
Yeah, well,
thing.
they found that I had something wrong with my lung a couple of years back, and that was from a rugby injury that was like sort of 4 years prior that I just didn't notice.
Wow.
I've done that in the wrong order. I've done.
Ah, yeah, it was
done
actually like
this in the wrong order.
partially
You need,
like.
to go, you need to stop going to see them doctors so they tell you all this crap.
I wish that was an option. I've still got another month at minimum of gym rehabilitation, so I'm giving the all clear.
No, and when I first was, a lot of people don't know this, but one of the reasons this channel happens is because of Tim, and during COVID when my wife had breast cancer, and we were during the pandemic, and you know all the ensuing awesomeness of all of that, and when we got out of that, I came back to the hobby, and wasn't gonna do 40K again. I couldn't do it. It would have been you know, with the orcs. I don't have I'd show you that picture, but when I went to my little big game a couple of weeks ago, they talked me into playing my orcs again, and 275 orcs placed, and an hour and a half later, 269 orcs pulled off. So I'm a bit done with war games.
Yeah.
So Jay and I decided we were going to do Necromunda, and you know I hadn't done anything as far as the terrain was concerned with Necromunda. I wasn't, you know, we had just picked the book up, and I was like, wow, this terrain's cool, and I typed in Necromunda terrain on Google, and guess who came up? And I looked and I was like, wow, look at that guy. That guy's got quite a beard. Holy crap. And, well, no, this has an interesting story because my wife terms you as beardy. Don't take that the wrong way.
Mate, I've had a lot worse than that, man.
But she goes, you know, well, I mean, you know, when I did have a day off during COVID, you know, we would sit around and, you know, that's what everybody did. We just sat around being scared. So, you know, I'm not very good with that. So we watched YouTube stuff and it became a thing. It's like, well, all right, we're going to watch Beardy. You know, and it was nice. You had nice long videos and it was stuff that I was interested in, and she wasn't too angry at me. You know, the kids were doing the same thing this one's doing right now, something else, you know, other than what's going on. And yeah, I saw Tim and I was just like, wow. And that Sump video, that first Sump video when you did the Sump water, and I went, son of a bitch. I'm like, it wasn't that you taught me, you just reminded me. I was just like, holy crap, we used to do that when we were kids, you know, to do modeling.
Techniques are the best techniques,
you know. Yeah, well, they're good techniques. You know, I mean, they work every time. They save a lot of money. I mean, and I think the biggest disconnect that a lot of people have these days is the resources. You know, they have the resources. They could just, well, why don't you just print this? Why don't you just buy this? And I was like, well, you know, when we learned how to do it, there wasn't any of those resources. None of that was there.
No, actually, that's one of the reasons why we're doing these model kits.
Yeah. No, and
Yeah,
I'm picking up on that right away, and I'm a little disappointed my son's not paying more attention. However, he is, you know, but, well, no, he's 13. You remember.
Yeah.
You remember a lot of that stuff, but he's being cool. So, you know,
I was
that's
never cool
fine.
now, so.
You know, that's fine. Whatever. You'll get it.
I was a wreck.
You know. Yeah, you know, but I know quite a bit about how many medications are given out. Holy crap. I think Mommy's down to 20 a day now.
Jesus.
Well, down to. During the whole thing, I think we were at something like 40, I think. Every day, you know, because
And they're not
Because-
exactly mild medications, I imagine.
Well, of course not. No, it's, I mean,
Yeah, no.
we were in that situation where, well, here's what the percentage is of the normal people, and here's where you are, and it's
Jesus.
it's like, really? Are you kidding me? But,
Well, I'm glad you managed to find a
oh, yeah. Yeah, well,
outlet for
every
that,
day's,
for what sounds like a particularly shitty time.
well, every day's new, my friend. They all
Yeah.
are. And,
Yeah.
there's no stopping.
Okay.
You're the only
Go on,
one
Mr.
that can end up stopping your day, I know
Very true.
everybody likes to pawn it off on other people, but that's you letting them get to you.
Weirdly enough, taking responsibility is one of the most freeing things that you can do.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Right, okay, I'm going to apologise for the smell right now.
Oh god.
Here we go. It's alright, it's not bad, but it's just like it's
Is it the super glue?
super glue activator because it's
Nice.
Better than the Wayland one smells like fish. I really don't like it.
right. This doesn't smell. This one smells like dead shoes.
That's
And,
alright. I prefer that to like rotten fish.
I think it's dead shoes. I think that's probably what I do. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm putting. I've got some Necromunda Promethean pipe ends. I think they're Promethean pipe. It's certainly somewhere. I've gone for ones that haven't got skulls in.
Nice.
And I'm sticking these.
It smells very strongly of rubber, that one.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty grim. You might have to open
Very
the door.
nice.
I'm happy to. That one doesn't bother me too much, guys.
Yeah, it's alright. But we'll. So let's get on the back there.
So we'll gas ourselves.
And I'm going to do another one here, and then I've got two of these plain. I think they're Playmobil wheels. They're going to go on the front of this Yakult bottle, and that will be my kind of like Arcanite engines on the back of
I know.
back of my airship.
Loud.
It's kind of cool. That's coming on, and then I'm going to have to go. I've got fucking great big holes in the back of these bits of plastic, so I'm going to have to put some cardboard trim around that. But otherwise, it's going to look a bit weird. And but I need the glue to go off first, and it's still a bit wobbly. So yeah.
You and I are
sure.
doing the same thing on either side of the planet. Only
Yeah.
I'm not using activator. I'm using baking soda as my dryer.
Right. Yeah. I could do with it. All right. Okay. So that's they're quite neat. I quite like that. Yeah. Fuck it.
Talking of mental health and wargaming, we've reached out to Mind UK.
Yeah. Nice.
to,
Yeah.
see if we'd be able to use their logo on the salute shirts this year. Just to
Nice.
spread awareness and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're yet to hear back from them, but hopefully we will hear back from them.
Yeah. They dropped a line on Thursday, though, didn't they?
Yeah. I only dropped them a line about a week ago now. No, that's not a week ago. What day is it? Wednesday. I dropped them a line.
Today is Saturday.
Saturday, thank you.
Although
I'm on top of
it's
things.
later there than it is here. So
It is still Saturday here, then.
yeah, it's still Saturday there.
Perfect, yeah. So we've given them a reach out to see if we can use their logo and put their contact info on the back of our salute staff shirts.
Lucy, sure. Yeah.
Nice.
Space Stock. If you're still watching, Nick, I've got a shirt for you. Do you want me to send it to you? Do you want to pick it up and salute? We'll see how he goes. Right, okay. Look, actually, you know what? Actually, that looks kind of cool. Look at that. Look.
But
I should put it under. Like that there. Look. That's kind of cool. I like that. So these are kind of like, this is a kind of, oh no, must be
That's
some Playmobil
great.
wheel or another.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. And by the time, then there's cardboard trim and rivets. And I'm wondering right now where my rhinestones are.
Do you need to bedazzle?
I'm gonna bedazzle the whole thing. No, it's just that they're gonna be stuck on the cardboard strips, and that'll be the rivets around the outside. They could be big and chunky, ridiculous size rivets.
Seems like I got a couple new members to the Discord server now as well.
Nice one.
yay!
Welcome.
Yeah, we got an extra 3 or 4, I believe.
Hey. Go
All I can't get
Discord.
my head around is the number of people who keep sending like little wavy thingies and various other bits and pieces on Discord. I'm like,
Yeah,
why are they doing that? What's that about?
It's a hello simulator.
Have you turned off your notifications yet, Tim?
No, I'm going to though because doing my editing.
Oh my God!
George
Yes, that's the
7%
first
on
thing
my-
you need to do is turn off the notification.
Yeah. First thing I do every time.
Just when there's little conversations going on and my phone just goes bleep, bleep, bleep,
Yep,
bleep,
Yeah.
yep.
bleep, 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 bleep.
Yep.
That's cool. Okay, so right, that now I'm going to put that to one side to dry.
Space Doc's gonna grab his shooter salute. Slut!
Salutes. Got it.
Salutes.
Gotcha. Okay, that's all right. No worries. I'll put that to one side. Yeah, and I've got to get onto my mate Ben, who does the drawings of me in Magrathea style E to get this year's design done. That'll be. I've got a couple of ideas for that. So.
And we're also in talks with Alex about
Doing
the
a texture?
top part of our scenery.
Texture.
Maybe
Good.
getting a little bit of an arclight done for
Oh
it.
yeah, well, I was thinking about that.
Do you want to?
I was actually what I was thinking about there was getting him to do a piece of artwork for. So Alex Huntley, who is the designer of Arcworld and the writer of Arcworld and the guy who designs
Paint,
it,
glue, and
also
sand?
he's a brilliant
You
artist.
seen me do it?
When we went and visited Warp Miniatures in Nottingham in the start of January, yeah, we were chatting about all of this. He said, "Yeah, he'd happily produce a piece of artwork for us." And I thought, having played the game that we played on Wednesday night with the Arcanid hunt, I thought 2 or 3 halflings with flaming torches with a couple of spiders leering in behind them. I think that would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
So I was going to bung him a message about that and see if we'd be able to do something along those lines. Tricky though, again, because it's a small family company, and of course, obviously, his dad passed away recently. So, but I think they're mostly back in the saddle, and they're getting underway and doing stuff now. So for
Dad
that,
was the very talented resin caster.
yeah, he was responsible for all their resin figures being carved.
Unfortunately, lost a long battle, didn't they?
Yeah. So
That's
that's
over there, and there should be a
now.
bucket
I'm
with,
thinking of putting a steam engine on this somewhere.
Are you now?
Yeah.
you.
This is I've had this for a long time, right? And you know what?
What is it?
Well, look,
I know it's a steam
it's a
engine.
traction engine, right?
From what?
Well, I don't know. I don't even know where it came from. And I've been kicking around in one of my cat boxes for ages. I thought, oh, that'd be quite cool. That'd be a little bit kind of like gubbins to stick on my airship. And I also thought, it was a pencil sharpener, right?
Right.
It would make sense if it was a pencil sharpener, wouldn't it? Yeah. Right. Okay. It's not a pencil sharpener.
Is it?
It's just a point from somewhere. I always thought that this bit here at the back would have an hole in the back with a pencil, and you could sharpen it, but no.
Yeah, because it's even got that little actual hole.
There's space where you could put a pencil sharpener in. So I might take that part,
It's
and it
made
might.
in China.
Well, yeah, well, obviously, and it might become part of the CM model.
Quite cool to even actually leave those 2 back wheels on, or 1 back wheel, because it looks like something that you
Can't
can get rubber
around it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it is. Can have that, and I don't know where it's going to go on this model though, because the only problem is the only place it's going to really fit is in this central bit here, and I've left this central bit deliberately open.
Ready?
So my ogre with the whacking great big boarding gun, knock barrel. This guy's the Imperial faction for Arcworld are Napoleonic in look, and this dude who's an ogre. I've heavily converted. Well, I haven't heavily converted him, but I have given him a flying helmet and goggles and
made him into a scuba diver.
and made him into a scuba diver. Sod off! He's flying in the air. His gun wouldn't work underwater, but
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
black powder weapons.
it's a great model. It's a really, really lovely model. Expensive. I mean, this game is more expensive to get into than B&B.
Yeah.
But
If you keep to the starter packs, it's especially at Salute. Normally, what Alex does is, I don't know if he's doing it this time, but other events we've been at, he'll do like if you buy 2 starter boxes, you then get the rulebook for free.
Yep, that's true.
So if you're doing that, and you can definitely start paying for that. That's only £70.
It's only it's only when you start kind of like looking at the big monsters.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, the Arcanid Queen, this model, which I totally think is worth it in many ways, although it could have done with some instructions, was £100. Which it's a bit like, wow, that's super expensive, but it's resin. It comes with custom base. The trees on it are all part of that as well, and comparing that to a lot of big models from Workshop and the rest of it, it's not far off. So, and the Forest Dragon that your dad's got on paint is absolutely brilliant, and the Tarrasque. So there's some really cool beasts in Arcworld. It's one of the things I'm liking about it, the monsters.
But yeah, from a starting point of view, it's actually fairly reasonable. As soon as you start getting into outside of the starter sets and stuff like that, things do start adding up quite quickly.
When you get the bug. So right, now the thing about these Playmobil boats is the fact they're flat bottomed because you can push them across the living room floor. So I'm adding a layer to it underneath, which I don't remember what that's from. I think this is from a Disney Atlantis toy.
That it does look like that.
Right,
So,
and I've got loads of bits of it outside, so I'm literally just going to stick this on the bottom, and it's going to give it the bottom part of the ship a bit more kind of like of a profile, of an interesting shape.
That's a good look.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
That's a good look. We're going to be. I've managed to actually get quite a bit accomplished. So we're gonna. What's funny is, as I was doing this build here, I started noticing that it just looks like a boat again. So I'm going to stop adding details, and we're going to fix that clear plastic thing right now with a little bit of white glue and sand. John's going to be working on this now. So.
Where's Sump?
Just going to get Dale up on the big cam quickly. Actually.
Yeah.
Dale, do you want to just talk us through what you've actually done here?
Okay, so Tim usually likes using Mod Podge.
He does.
I like Mod Podge, but to buy it in the amounts that I generally use it in is absolutely ridiculous. You could buy just a thing of white glue, a gallon of it for $8-10, and then add a little water to it. And you lose a little bit of the properties of what Mod Podge does, which is mainly the waterproofing. But I don't really care about that, because if these things get wet, that just gives me an excuse to do it again. So, but yeah, you buy some cheap PVA glue. I think, just white glue. Ours is Elmer's here, but you can buy any brand is. You can even use wood glue if you want to, but the wood glue actually is waterproof for the most part. So it doesn't really mix with the water very well. But you mix it to a consistency. Everybody's is a little different with this. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to have John paint the whole thing with this mixture. And then I've got some coral sand over here that I'm going, unless you want me to paint and do you want to reverse?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess, let me rephrase. I'm going to paint all of this, and then he's going to sprinkle it with coral sand. And then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another mixture of this with the coral sand in it to make it nice and goopy, and then use it as a texture paste afterwards. So, and then I'll have to let this dry, but.
Like you do.
Yeah. No.
But yeah.
That's a really cool way of getting that texture on there.
Well, and it's stupid cheap. If you buy the modeling paste, and I have the modeling paste too, but the problem is, let's look here. I've got, the cheaper company around here is called Huge Miniatures, and it comes in a tub about this big, and it's really good and it works well. But for me to cover a model of this caliber, one of these things is $8.
Jesus, yeah.
Right, it's and all this stuff is we have it. It's called kindergarten here, but I think it's called primary school in your guys' country.
Yeah.
And this is all just the same thing as paper mache and all that stuff. And does it work without chipping? Everybody always has these finalized questions for me all the time when it comes to modeling. Well, how long does it last? Well, I don't know. I've painted plenty of models with the high-end stuff that broke and I had to paint it again. It lasts. I have to paint it again. I don't know.
That's the hobby, isn't it?
Yeah, right. That's kind of part of it. Yeah, but the thing is that, you see, especially when you go and look at the advertising of this stuff, You know, and they go, well, it lasts longer than the other stuff. And I'm like, well, if I've got 25, 30 guys playing with this stuff every week,
Yeah.
you know, it's going to get wrecked. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen. Whether they do it on purpose or not, it doesn't make any difference. You know, it's just, it's like your car, you know.
Static grass on
You know, I mean,
the reason that people don't use static grass too often on like war table scenery is because it just will eventually flatten. Just by
Of course it will, and then you'll have to do it again. You know, I mean, that's just, it doesn't matter what brand of static grass you have. You know, I mean, just like it doesn't matter what kind of car you buy. You know, I mean, if you drive the car, it's going to take wear. You know, it's going to have to get fixed.
You always have to maintain it.
That's just how it is. All right, John, here we go.
Cool.
Oh yeah, it's. I will have to say his one is slightly bigger than
I'm
yours,
just
Tim.
open it up
So,
and
no, it's over. What you're going to do is
Oh, it's because it's American. It's
nice
complicated.
shaking.
It's absolutely massive.
at the
Okay, I'm gonna angle it, and you go ahead. Oh,
I'm
yeah,
going
I missed the spot. Hold on.
No, I do really like doing the things from the reasonable side of things and maintaining it more. So I feel like you get to, if what I found from like using materials and stuff like that, and
sprinkle.
it's the same as like with like really expensive brushes, right? You almost get scared to use them.
Yeah,
But
that's
if
right.
you're using cheaper resources and stuff like that, I feel like you've almost got more room to be creative because there's less pressure.
Not so close.
Let's screw it
Not
up.
so close. Raise your hand up. There you go.
Yeah,
Raise your
cool.
hand
I
up
agree.
and sprinkle. Yeah, that's it. No. I completely agree with you, Harry.
I really abuse things like paintbrushes as well. It's like,
You know, one of the other things that I have switched over to, go ahead, right there, come on. Sprinkle, not pour. Sprinkle. Raise your hand up. There you go. There you go. All right, hold on. Here, we got to do the other side. Washes and detail texture paints and things like that that are so much money. I mean, I made a video where I did a board where I actually had to buy 30 pots of Agrax Earthshade. And it was that board that was kind of the final straw. I was like, I know there's a cheaper way of doing this over here too.
there has to be a better way of doing it.
Well, there has to be something cheaper. I mean, how do movie sets?
I mean, at
do
that
it?
rate, just buy oil.
You know, right? You know, go ahead up there. There you go. So what this is going to represent is a concrete faction. All right, that's enough.
No.
Yeah. Now add it. Now add 3 handfuls in there. So I've gone to oil-based paint. In which case, one of the things that I would recommend Timmy do is move over to it, because I've spent $40 on all this paint in the last 3.5 years. And I do all of my terrain. And oils is a little different process, but you don't use expensive brushes. You don't use any of that stuff. And it's got a ton of time, you know, to work with it. But, you know, it's not for everybody, and it's actually going backwards as far as it goes. So if you add enough coral sand to this, you actually get a paste.
Different horses for different courses, isn't it? You know. It's,
Yeah.
finding what works for that situation, and you know, viewing those sort of like, you know, it's arrows in your quiver kind of thing. You know, it's I find it really good to find out different methods, because, you know, some like contrast paints, for example. When they first came out, I was really skeptical about them.
Still am.
But I think they're actually a really useful tool.
Well, I'm loving.
They are. If you're looking for depending on what you're looking to do, all contrast paints are is regular paint in a transparent medium, which you can buy that transparent medium. I have you could buy them in a quart thing at an art store for $9, and then you just add your own pigments, if you want to. But yeah, you're right. I mean, if you're looking for a ready-to-made thing, which is what it's supposed to be, I mean, they're not doing anything hidden about it, or anything. I think the only thing that they really kind of maybe fudged a little bit was, hey, the new kind of paint. I mean, transparent paints have been around for forever.
Yeah, completely.
Especially if you've ever
contrast.
used Tamiya enamels, that's
No.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. And what was the biggest screaming bitch that everybody had about those? They're so thin. They don't cover very well, and it was just because they were thinking they were using paint.
And that's the bit that makes me laugh. The contrast paints come out, and they're like, "Oh, it's a new thing," and then the inking community's in the background, like, "Am I a joke to you?"
Yeah, no, it's I mean,
So I've found them to be a really useful little tool, because obviously I know that Tim, you've started really using the pens, haven't you?
I'm really enjoying the army painter pens at the moment. Yeah, they're really cool.
Right.
They've been a really interesting. I mean, it's changed the way I base coat some stuff. I still haven't really fundamentally changed what I'm doing paint-wise, but I've enjoyed putting them on, and some of the bigger models that I've played around with, and they've been quite. So my Arcanic Queen, I used some pens on that to get it going, and come on, it worked. I enjoyed it. It's good stuff. So it's certainly worth experimenting with. What the fuck am I doing? Sorry, I'm making a cardboard template so I can make a whacking great big rudder to go on the back of this thing, which might work, or it might look flipping awful.
So one of the other things that's kind of a bonus, especially with the way that I do it, that we're in the sump, is if you load it up, because a lot of people always like being, very, oh my God, that one little rivet. We need to see that one little rivet. It needs to be highlighted 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It absolutely blows my mind that that's the way everybody wants to paint. John, can you stop bouncing the ball, please? Thank you. When you load it up, so this is supposed to be in the sump, right? So it's supposed to be a flipped over boat, and the nasty water is rising all over the place. So what you can do is you can take some liberties. Notice how it's naturally doing that?
Yeah, where it's naturally dripping and stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's amazing how many people get very scared of techniques like this. And I know where it comes from, especially if you just spent, $100 on a model. How much was that spider you just did in that last video, Tim?
£100.
Yeah, right. So, you get a bit afraid of doing techniques like this on models like that, and I totally get it. Everything on this table right here, between 3D print and the old toy, I think approximated $25, maybe at best.
Yeah.
And it gives you an excuse to, whoops, got a cable problem. It gives you an excuse to do different stuff, and just try out different things. Because a lot of times people don't do it all the time. So then, you get scared of doing it. It's like any activity, the first time you do it, it sucks. They all suck. Yeah. I don't know how anybody thinks it's going to be perfect, but it is. And, then you just keep doing it. Wow.
And such an expensive entry point on models and stuff like that
Well,
really removes the ability to learn.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I've always been a big believer in to learn is to fuck up.
Yeah.
It's,
No,
it's
exactly.
that you've got to take gambles. You've got to get things wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're working with, especially if you're just starting out in the hobby and you just spent like just 200 quid to get into this one thing,
Yeah.
you're not going to take risks. And
No,
if
exactly.
you don't take risks, you're not
Yeah.
going to learn.
Yeah. The sales pitch changed, and I'm really
You with your
disappointed in it.
philosophy.
I'm really disappointed in it. The sales pitch from Games Workshop changed. Back when they were making metal models and the half plastic metal kits and things like that, they just re-released the, at least in America, I don't know about there, but this kit, the Armor Container, which I know is one of Tim and I's favorite kits from Games Workshop. These things are so versatile. $65 in America for 3 of the dumb things. And I was just like, did they change the kit? I was like, did they do anything? No.
That's a lot of money for 3 containers.
It was exactly why I just decided, you know what, I got to learn printing. I was like, I got to learn printing.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm going to keep doing all this, especially in Necromunda, then, I got to do something. I was like, because, holy cow. That's a lot.
Material out of it.
That's a lot.
I think it'll work. You need to share your view of it.
Well, I
Bit of
just...
flair.
I don't understand, and I'm so disappointed in it because they changed the rules a little bit, and I know it got big and all that other stuff, but it's just like, look, you can buy this and give us all your money and get it right the first time. Oh, disclaimer, these are now your models after you buy them.
Yeah, no, it's
yeah. It just kind of...
I think the Warhammer and Games Workshop community is so very, very different depending on where you are on your local game stores.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's, I didn't. It would have been probably 9 odd years ago now when I first started Warhammer.
Yeah.
And it was Darren who run the store.
Yeah.
And he took the time with me to teach me how to paint and teach me that it's okay to make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, a lot of the ethoses that he tried to teach me in the beginning of the gaming that, as a gobby 13-year-old, I didn't quite understand, I've actually now kind of come to nestle home with, spending time with Tim and the community I'm currently with, about sort of just actually having fun and, treating your models with respect and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my first kind of experience with Arcworld, and that's why I love it so much.
Oh yeah!
It was my first skirmish team that I had I had painted all the figures and based all of them.
Nice.
And it was the first thing I'd fully done independently.
Yeah.
For quite like almost 10 years in the hobby. I just never actually done it, and doing that, I just fell in love with it, and it was just really, really nice. And they're one of my proudest models by a long shot I've come out with.
Yeah.
And yeah. So yeah, completely change of perspective.
No, you just, I'm not entirely sure why they moved into making $1 million in one day, because that's how they're acting.
They've been doing that always. I mean, they are,
Well, yeah, but I
big
mean,
commercial company.
Tim, to be honest, though, I mean, all right, that particular kit was $25 over here for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it. There's tariffs and everybody's mad at everybody's political party and
it's not. It's
all
because
this garbage. But they didn't even do anything different to it. It's the same damn kit.
Yeah, but see, certainly, I
How
don't know.
much of a price increase has it got? It's gone from 25 to
65.
It was. The one thing about Workshop, and it's a long time since I worked for them, but I do know that they kind of like their pricing once upon a time was to sit around where they worked things out was they sat around a table going, right, what's this thing? What's it doing again? How hard is it? Right, we're going to charge this much for it. And I kind of the problem with the containers is the fact that they are so versatile. So many people have done so many cool things with it. I think they finally cottoned on and went, hey, you know what? Loads of people are buying this model because it's so cool. Let's make it more expensive.
Right.
But,
I get
you know,
it. I totally get it. I just like I'm trying very hard not to, because being a business owner myself,
yeah.
that, you know, I mean, I've been in retail sales since I was 9 years old when I started working for my dad at my hardware store. So I know all the steps on how everybody does. And when people call gouging a thing, you know, I always have a different take on it because I do understand, you know, I mean, it's a cost of doing things and this and that and this and that. The issue that I see, and this is worldwide, this is across every board. The people in charge, there was a leadership change across the board. And what ended up happening, at least this is how it feels over here, is I don't know if they know about or have any experience actually trying to make it work for everybody and not just themselves. And that, you know, I mean, I run a small local hardware store and in America. And everybody, it's really funny listening to everybody talk about how dead my business is, you know, how it's going out of business. You know, you're making buggy whips. That's kind of the biggest dichotomy here, you know. At some point in 1897 in the United States, there were 2,700 little guys making buggy whips because that was all it was. And then the car was created. You know, there's one guy making buggy whips left, you know, after 100 years of that, you know. But boy, is it the best buggy whip ever. Holy crap. It's great.
Yeah, but that's the other issue with the modern ethos of building stuff. If it's the best buggy whip ever, that means it won't break, therefore they won't come back and buy another one.
Well, yeah, except that, I mean, that's one ethos. That's totally
it's the opposite of my ethos towards my stuff.
Well, it's the operative way to make money, and that, you know, the thing is that, you know, in when my family started the hardware store, you opened your own business to have stability, not to rail everybody around you and then sell out. You know, because what ends up happening is that you play that card for long enough, and then suddenly everybody goes, oh yeah, that guy's just going to screw me every time I go in there. Oh, here, how easy is it for me to fix that? I won't go in there. You know. You know. And well, the internet doesn't suffer this problem. That's the thing. There's no, you know, the internet, you just look at it and you go, oh, hey, I want that. Click. I mean, you're done, you know. And that's not bashing on the internet or anything. It's simply using the newest resources that it has. And it's innovative and all that other good stuff. But there's a switch. And GW's run into it. I know they have, because Tim's absolutely right. They have always been on the highest end of stuff, but the quality's always been there too. And then for a little while you get a little bit of a mess. I mean, they're what is it now? They're the core game, Warhammer 40,000. To get a 2,000 point list is almost $2,000.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. I mean,
that's a lot. You know, everybody's gone a little too far. I'm sorry. I'm being a boo-boo. My fault. I don't mean to kill your stream, Tim. My fault.
No, it's an interesting thing. I mean, the thing is, in the end, is that I play games that I haven't played many workshop games for a long time.
Yeah.
Mainly because, and it's not necessarily a cost thing. I'm still a massive fan of Games Workshop as a company. Mm-hmm. Especially in the fact that in the UK, Games Workshop, well, when I worked for them in the 90s, they were the only retail company in the United Kingdom that designed, manufactured, and sold their own stuff in a high street chain.
Very cool.
In any sector.
Yeah.
It didn't matter whether it was clothes or toys or anything. And it always makes me smile when the old gits go on about workshop and it was much better in the old days, a bit like everything else was.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, the problem with it wasn't. I mean, the toys weren't as good, and they're all, there are all loads of things. They've still got a bit of a charm, but actually, the lots of stuff is vastly improved, in my opinion. But the other thing is the fact that you get to the point where you have to recognise the fact that actually a lot of the older gamers, there's some arguments saying, they're the ones who keep them going because they've got a disposable income, blah blah blah. Well, I don't. But on the other hand, the other side of that is the fact that they're also the gamers who don't actually need to spend any more money in there at all, because they've got everything they need.
That's right.
I mean, the thing that absolutely fascinates me at the moment, Workshop, is the absolute genius move. Granted, they have brought out the odd new army, was bringing out Warhammer the Old World.
Yep.
Where they basically have re-released a shitload of models that they still had all the rights to and all the molds to and everything else, and gone, look, we've re-released this game because there is a bit of a market for it and people are playing it. Lots of people at Wayland are playing Warhammer the Old World rather than Age of Sigmar. Now, granted, they have brought out the Cathay army, which is completely new, and it's a gorgeous kind of thing. It's that kind of thing I have to walk away from every time I see it because I'd love to, because Cathay was a thing in Warhammer when I was,
yeah, right.
When I was 14,
yeah,
and they've never done anything with it since,
yeah.
And and it's great, but I think it's an absolute piece of genius bringing out Warhammer the Old World because all those people, all the old gits who like the old models, they're still there, and now they're buying. But yeah, and then there's a bit we go, I can't play that now because it wasn't that long ago that I sold a complete Empire army, and now I'd be replacing the same figures just to play a thing. But nowadays I'm totally sold on being a skirmish gamer. I like playing.
Yep, me too. Yeah, me
skirmish
too.
Size games, skirmish size times of games. The terrain is much more fun. All of that, and I much prefer playing skirmish games than anything else. So, which is the reason why I'm quite happy to go to Wayland because most of the shop is 40k, 30k. Age of Sigmar, Warhammer the Old World, and there's nowhere near as much stuff to spend your money on. So
I'm quite content. They barely have any sets of dice, so I'm golden.
Yeah, exactly. So
the only reason I actually set up my own business was solely for dice money. No, that's what my ethos has been in with Fabled Fae is. I remember as a kid, you'd buy something and then it'd arrive and it just wouldn't be what you brought.
Yep.
And that always, I just, my little autistic kid brain couldn't understand how you could do that. So every single thing that I try and sell on Fabled Fae, I always try my utter hardest to make sure that it's a product that if I brought, I would be happy with. Trying to quality test everything that I make as much as humanly possible and stuff like that to make sure that, like all my tufts that I sell, I all of my models and all of my dad's models and even some of Tim's models.
A lot of Tim's models.
A lot of Tim's models and a lot of Heidi's models are all based using my tufts. And that is one because, Tim and Heidi very, very kindly field test things for me. And two, it's to make sure that the adhesion on the glue, because they're self-adhesive, make sure it lasts for a long time.
Sure.
And it's and stuff like that. So, there's been quite a few products that I probably could have sold, but I wasn't happy with the quality that I was able to output them at.
Yeah.
So I refused to sell them. Each to their own in terms of business, but I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to sell products that I wouldn't be happy to receive.
Well, that was very nice of you. And you are way ahead of a lot of other people.
You starting to sound like you've got ethics back here.
Yeah, sorry, I'm sounding too ethical, aren't I?
Yeah. So I'm now sitting here carving balsa wood to make a rudder for this thing.
Nice.
And I'm not entirely sure whether I like it or not. But,
And you're definitely not cutting towards your thumb at all, are you?
no, I'm not. You got to fucking cut somewhere. You can't
Not towards your thumb.
No, you can't not do that. No, shut up. I'm a pro. I've been doing this for years. It's fine.
How many times you yourself to?
Loads. That's half the fun. Like we said, blood for the blood god.
Yeah, but the issue is the whole ethos between, you know, not giving kids the cut-proof knives when they're working with a whittling is the fact you only cut yourself badly once and then you learn to get your fingers out of the way. But the issue is, Tim,
like using the stove?
You've not learned to get your finger out of the way.
You can't make an omelette without breaking eggs, mate. Oh, this is actually looking better than the one I did earlier. Okay.
Because of course, there's several different ways of looking at things. And you only listed the one way, which is usually the horse that everybody rides in on right now. And when you don't do it that way,
Yeah. I'm doing it the way I know how to do it.
That's
now.
right.
And the scars on your thumb are proof that you can do it that way.
hey, you know what? Chicks dig scars, man. I don't know what to tell you. That's an old term too.
You've got
It's
a few.
still
We've got to
good.
do now is go and find some chicks.
Yeah, I do have quite a
That's
few.
right.
I have very few scars, actually, I've got to say, thinking about it. Bit of a scar on the back of my hand where I blew myself up with gunpowder. That's a good story. And then there's one on my chin, apparently, but you can't see that because it's under all my beard. So, you know.
So, nipping back quickly to the chat.
Is anybody still watching this bollocks?
Yes, yes.
I don't know. There's a few people still watching on mine. My
As I'm
camera
always
keeps
shocked to
locking
see.
up for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, there it is again. Okay. Yeah. No,
Anyway, who's on? What are they talking about?
So, with Space Docs mentioning Tim can't use oil paints due to it taking too long to dry. And he was too impatient for super glue to dry, let alone oil paints.
Yeah, you're right. I am. Yep.
Clever Meter. Pot of Vallejo Game Dip is a godsend for my Necromunda boards.
Nice. Nice. Yeah.
Still unsure, 7630. Captain Farmer. Heidi, which is amazing. You are totally. Which is amazing as you are totally accident prone, Tim. That you've only got.
This is how we go.
Yeah, that you've only got a few scars.
Yeah. Actually, I've got to admit, as it goes, in fairness, she's not wrong. I am a jammy bugger, and I don't actually have much in the way of scars. But then, I've never had major accidents. Touch wood. So far, you know, I mean, I'm renowned for reversing my vehicles into things. Yes.
Oh,
but
jeez.
I haven't done it for a long time. But over the years,
Yeah, you're very good at driving in London.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
With the exception of breaking a toes a couple of times, mysteriously, I don't know how, and breaking the odd bone in my hand playing rugby 35 years ago or more. How old am I? 55.
I'm hoping you
Shit.
can do
Okay,
it.
30. Well, when I was about 12, 13.
Yeah,
I haven't broken anything. I've had the odd, most of my injuries, big injuries worthwhile that I've been hospitalised with, were other people's fault. Like the time when my brother laid into me when I was about 2 years old with a fucking TV aerial. Gunpowder, blew myself up. I got away with that. I did entirely blow myself up with a load of gunpowder, and I got away. The fact that I got away with that with just a bit of a burn mark on the back of one of my hands.
Was that reenacting?
Yeah. I was being too overconfident and careless with black powder near a fire, basically, which I thought was dead from the night before.
Yep.
And I wasn't aware that actually another member of my group had got up early in the morning and made a fire, boiled a kettle on it, and walked away from it the rest of it. And I was pouring powder near this fire, and I ended up with a jet of flame shooting up into a powder flask that I was loading at the time. It blew up in my hands.
There you go. That's what you get for being a pirate as a living.
Well, yeah. I was at a Tudor. Actually, the worst thing about it, it was a Tudor event. It was a day where we had kids visiting the site, and I was right near the front entrance because that's where I do stuff. And
Sure.
I blew myself up. I was underneath a dining shelter, cook shelter thing, and I blew myself up and disappeared in a cloud of smoke. And people who knew me were quite concerned. And I mostly got away with it. Jammy bastard. I mean,
Jammy motherfucker. That's that.
from a cat with 9 tails, 9 lives point of view, that was. I tend to think that was a couple of them in one go.
That's skill. You pick up a good skill after you do things after a while of not hurting yourself.
That's not skill, that's blatantly.
What it did was actually remind me that I was playing with stuff that could actually kill me.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a good thing to do. In some ways, I got away with it, and it also meant I could moan and complain at other people in my reenactment group who also got a bit blasé with their powder and weapons and stuff. So yeah, we got away with it. Nobody got really hurt, and
you sometimes need to, unfortunately, have a bit of a swift reminder of those sort of things.
Yeah.
It's
Super important. The powder flask that blew up in my hands, which was mostly in one piece and still on its kind of like lanyard that went around my neck. I used to take. Well, yeah. I used to take it to events afterwards and hang it up,
Nice.
wherever we were, to remind everybody that we are but mortal and this stuff is real. And it was for 2 or several years. And actually, interestingly, it's the reason why I have this tattoo on my ring finger, because that's now my wedding ring. Because Heidi doesn't wear jewellery. She's part of her autism is she's metal phobic and jewellery phobic, so she doesn't wear it. So we bought wedding rings when we got married, 1998. We bought them in the monastery on the foot of Loch Ness when we were on holiday, and it was all very cool. It's this Celtic kind of things. And she stopped wearing hers a long time ago because she just doesn't like wearing jewellery. And I always wore mine, and I wore mine up to the point I blew myself up. I took it off in case I had to go to hospital. In fact, if anybody knows me, knows I should have gone to hospital, but I didn't for several days. But I because I was a prick, and I took it off because I thought if I go to hospital, they might want to cut it off. Yeah. And I didn't want to get my wedding ring cut off. And I haven't worn it since, mainly because after that, I mean, this must be, 7-8 years ago now. I put on quite a bit of weight after that, certainly during the pandemic, and I wasn't even able to get it on my finger. And now I'm totally used to not wearing a wedding ring. And I know Heidi prefers me not wearing a wedding ring, but I like the concept of wearing a wedding ring, because we've been together since we were 17 and 15, and since the late 80s. So last year when I was in Gudvangen, I had a wedding ring tattoo, rather than wearing. So I still got my wedding ring. I don't know where it is, but it's around somewhere. But yeah,
Right.
so I had a Turaz TH diphthong tattoo, which is Tim and Heidi. As a wedding ring instead, so that's kind of why one of the only tattoos I've got that actually has symbolism and meaning. Nice. All the rest is just because they're cool.
They're dragons. Who doesn't want dragons?
And they're dragons. I've got loads of dragons.
So, still on shore, but made a very, very good point of few visible scars.
Yeah.
Also mentioned the fact that you're better to reverse into things rather than going head foot first, because at least it saves the engine.
Well, this is true, yeah.
I believe you were sober during the blood powder incident, weren't you? So,
it was completely sober.
It wasn't unfortunately can't even be blamed on the rum.
No, it was a Tudor event. There was no rum. I don't drink these days anyway. But it was about 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
If that. It was quite early in the day, and I did an outstanding job of blowing myself up. Yeah. And then I pissed off several people, including my wife, by not going to hospital for about 3 days, 4 days after.
Heidi has mentioned that one, they don't let you reverse anymore. Someone has to get in the car and reverse for
that is not strictly true.
Heidi's saying that I'm sorry, I have to believe Heidi over you. No, I definitely haven't seen you reverse. So I don't know what you're on about, Tim.
Nice.
Lady has also mentioned you still wear the doublet of shame.
I do.
Black powder
I do. My petticoat or paw point where that holds my Tudor hose up. Actually, it was really good. It was for years and years and years, right? Where in reenactment kit, and you're wearing 100% wool clothes, and one of the reasons they have the added bonus of wool is really good as a fire retardant kind of like material compared to modern fabrics. You know,
it doesn't tend to fuse to your skin.
it doesn't burn, it doesn't fuse in the same kind of way. So it's a really good example of actually this garment. The laces had some artificial materials in them, so they fucking melted. But the actual paw point, it's scorched, but it's still all in one piece. But it does actually remind people, remind me every time I put it on that I did actually blow myself up. So if I'm going to play around with guns today, you know, don't be a prick. Good lesson to learn.
It is.
Machines that I used to know, chainsaw operators, sorry, that I used to know, used to tell a story of one of his apprentices who got hospitalised because of hypothermia after a fire.
Right.
So the big issue is with Kevlar and nylon. Really, really bloody good for stopping a chainsaw taking your leg off.
Absolutely, yeah.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
As most chainsaw operators will say, they have put a chainsaw into their leg during one time or another.
Yeah.
Not even due to necessarily negligence, just due to the fact that wood can kick in awkward ways.
It happens. Yeah.
You know, it happens. So yeah, Kevlar is necessary. But one issue with Kevlar is it's really, really nasty if it gets hot.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this dude, he was still young, didn't do his check on his machine properly, and he pissed fuel all over himself.
Right.
So when he then started it, set himself on fire.
Yeah.
And for anyone who knows how nylon works, it unfortunately fuses to your skin very, very, very quickly and melts it.
It sure does.
Luckily, he didn't get any of those effects. He only got secondary burns on his legs. But he did have to get hospitalised for hypothermia because they were working next to a frozen lake, and his friend was intelligent enough to tackle him into it as soon as he got on fire.
Nice.
No, sorry, I'll just be flashing my thighs at Harry. I'm prick because I'm in a pair of shorts, but they don't need to see the thighs. Flashing. They're going to be dragon tattoo.
We'll get more viewers.
I think I've got a scar on one of my thighs where I leant on a 6-inch nail that was sticking out the edge of the skin.
Yep.
And that went into my leg about 3 inches or so.
There you go.
Right, it was. We'd been taking the fence down. And I didn't even notice leaning on it.
Is that the one that Heidi told you to make sure that you knocked in because you don't want to get caught on it?
No, I don't think so. It was just me being. But I leant on the whole thing. I didn't even feel it going into my thigh, and then realised I was attached to the skip. And it's like, and again, it's one of those things where it's like, at what point does it you think? Oh, I wonder when my last tetanus jab was. But yeah, I was fine. But yeah, so yeah, I
had that when I'm with fencing. Not fencing as in.
Sorry, are you talking wooden fencing?
I'm talking about wooden fencing. So anyone who knows, you use these 10-foot poles for making boxes.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had to remove a bunch, and one we had to remove a bunch that were creosote, and I unfortunately, because it was a really hot day, got a bunch of creosote burns all over my arms.
Nice.
Because diesel and heat is not a good combination. Direct sunlight.
Fine.
And then, second of all, I almost slit my artery on a piece of fencing.
Nice.
Someone had cut it, didn't tell me, and they left a sharp bit of metal on it, and I've still got a scar on my wrist, just above my artery, where the fence rolled and then went across my wrist.
Can I just interject here for a moment? It's just a quick question, because I am an old man and my memory fades.
Yeah.
In this hobby video, live stream about making a fucking Sump ship and a kind of airship.
Yes.
How the hell did we get onto scars and kind of like Kevlar?
Because we're
you
talking.
blow yourself up.
Oh, okay. But how did I even get onto that? And it's like.
It's because I was telling you off for cutting towards your thumb.
Oh, right. Okay, that's fine.
Conquisto. I think I know why my audio was popping because I think I dropped my stuff on. Dude,
That's cool.
that wasn't popping. It
turned off
was this.
on Discord.
It's like so. Sorry about
Heidi
that.
has mentioned it was the one that you warned, she did warn you about it.
Hi Heidi, I'm Dale. Nice to meet you.
She's up in the house. I don't think she can see me shaking my head from where I am.
You can see on the camera though, you know.
Hi, babe.
That one or that one? Which one do you? Which one do you want?
Nice.
Dale, your camera doesn't appear to be on Discord.
Yeah, it's turned off.
No, I keep
Okay,
shutting
that's fine.
off. I know. I'm actually. You know what? Let me see if I can fix that right now.
Okay, look. Right, so look, here is now my second attempt at a wooden rudder on the back of my airship. This is kind of coming on. I think it's doing all right. I'm going to stick that on there. I've cut out a bit.
Okay, there we go.
Metal bits and stuff and thing.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, it's still unsure. The first Lord of the Rings event I went to got hit by a drunk driver. Only sat on the bonnet of the car and trapped my foot between the car and the pub sign. Wife wasn't happy I finished day 2.
Yeah, I got in a lot of trouble for not going to the hostel when I blew myself up. I was at Kentwell Hall in Suffolk, so 55 miles away, and instead of going to A&E in Bury St Edmunds, which is about 10 miles away, and letting them call an ambulance for me, I drove home, right? It was my left hand that was all burnt. I drove home with my left hand in the freezing cold air from the aircon coming driving, and I got all the way home before it. And then the following day, because my problem was I had a school event the following day in Solihull, I think, certainly up near Birmingham and Coventry, and we were doing dragon hunting. So the following day I had this really nasty burn across the back of my hand. So I was able to kind of be a method actor and talk to the kids about red dragons and breathing fire. And look, I got burned by my red dragon yesterday. Look at the state of my hand. And
It's always utilising.
well, yeah, exactly, yeah. There's a silver lining to everything.
I used to have that. Used to work because like the whole of winter. Anyone who works in forestry industry knows that if you're working in forest maintenance in the UK in winter, most of your life is spent removing hawthorn and blackthorn.
Yeah.
So I would have like all of these cuts and scrapes, and they look quite nasty. They were like all surface level, but I'd have hundreds over my arms during the winter. And I used to work at a falconry centre at the same time. So the amount of times I scared the shit out of my managers because I'd roll my sleeve up and I'd suddenly have all these scrapes and cuts all over my arm.
Yeah.
But then it's like, no, it wasn't a bird. It was
the wood.
It was the woods. They wanted to claim me. Still unsure. Heidi is always watching.
Yeah. I'm not convinced. I can't help thinking the balloon is too big. It's not big enough for the boat.
I think, for me, and this is just my opinion, I think where you've got it mounted,
It's too far back.
yeah, and I think it's because it's mounted to a box. It looks a bit odd where it would normally be suspended.
Oh yeah, but see, well, yeah.
Is there any way that you can get the ladder rope things on the side?
Yeah, I can. The other
Like,
thing is
will
the
that
fact
be-
that I can also use the mast step, which is in there,
Yeah.
that I could actually go up through the middle of this and actually have it. The problem is
I think that would, if you could like do either like metal wire or something to hold it, so it looks suspended rather than mounted.
yeah. But if I just have a black thing going up there and that's dressed up with, which is the arcanite being pumped into the thing,
That would work.
then that would actually work, and it could suspend it, and it would sit more forward and be above the cabin. Because what I don't want it to have is just a black hole going up there. Although, if I took that off there and I put that in there like that, I could maybe mount my engine there, and that could be chugging away, and I could have a thing going through there like that, or even have that, and then right. Okay, so
What's wrong?
Yeah.
What's wrong with just a black pole?
Well, yeah, it's
Strippers.
Wow.
it could work.
That wasn't
was a
me.
chick.
That wasn't me this time, you guys. Jeez.
For those of you who have just joined
For
us,
those who don't know Harry has Tourette's, by the way. Okay.
just thought we'd let you know that now.
That's okay. It's perfectly fine. I was just
Quite
like,
mild today,
I'm
at
just
least,
glad
but, you
it
know.
wasn't me this time. That's great.
Yeah, it's not bad. We're doing all right.
See, Dale, do you feel better? You bullied a poor disabled person about their ability to watch movies.
You're
Wow,
only disabled
that's-
because somebody else labeled you that. We used
Yeah,
to
I'm
call
just
it
saying because of
different.
shitty genetic.
We used to call them different. I don't know.
Differently abled. No,
You know,
The Wolf Slayer's pole dancing.
in our days, the
that's it.
words
I'm
were
leaving. I'm going.
crazy.
Oh no, actually, I might have been like me just first because that's fucking wood's not bolted.
Oh, it's not black light.
I'm going to paint it black in no. Hang on. Look, but it is. Oh man, how annoying is that? Look. So I've got a piece of hardwood dowel here, which is irritatingly about a millimeter. Oh, actually, no.
Go on, force it.
Oh, get in there. Yes, look, that's exactly right.
Who says that brute force and ignorance can't take your places?
BF&I, that's my middle, my modus operandi. That is, mate. BF&I, that's what I do everything with. Yeah, okay, that's cool. That works. Look, it seemed would work perfectly well as a mast on the ship there. But
towards my mentality towards machinery, everything can be
I'm
solved by a
sorry
hammer
I
if you
keep
try hard
popping
enough.
out all the time, guys. I've lost my wingman. My 13-year-old has finally gotten bored.
oh, bless him.
wait,
Tell me to go weak.
The child labour ran out.
He's coming back down.
Oh,
no,
he's
no,
coming
it's
back
all
in.
right.
Let's see what this needs. Okay, so
Nothing.
I've been over there the entire.
Yeah, I know you have been not helping me because the camera's been
Fuck
locking
you,
up.
Tom.
My bad.
so
You're
you
bad?
started it now. Haven't
I did. It's oh, actually, that's probably why.
you? What was it? Is it time for
I need
medication?
to play
No, it's
Minecraft.
actually not hour off.
I need to play Minecraft for a little
But we've
bit.
managed to drop my gabapentin by 200 mil,
That's fine.
Okay.
which is a massive step. Sorry, we managed to drop it 200 mil, and I'm still mentally sane.
Well,
Well, as sane as I was before. So, unstable or unstoppable. I always get confused.
right. Okay, so I'm now cutting through my little bit of hardwood dowel with a hobby saw, and I'm going to stick that. And we're going to see what that looks like. I still might have it coming out of the building. I haven't decided whether I'm going to bin the building or not. I might even bin the building. Bin the cabin.
Be nice to see some new faces. Some 25.
I've got a dig. Let's see.
You've missed this evening's random chat about all kinds of nonsense, and every now and then we've mentioned the gaming hobby. It's not true, actually. We've done quite a lot talking about the gaming hobby, haven't we?
Yeah, I would say we've done our usual amount.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Oh, okay. Look, I think that might work better.
we've done less. That's for sure.
So that's
Yeah, definitely.
even that.
I feel like it gives it more of an actual vibe.
That'll work better. I think the thing is, it's kind of like put it more centrally over the thing as well. So I think I might do that. How the fuck am I going to do it?
I think they're just saying about it being floating, you know.
Which, see, the thing is, right, is I really liked the at Videopolis in Disneyland Paris. They've got an airship coming out of the building, and the bottom part of the balloon is merges with the cabin of the gondola, and it looks really cool. But I haven't achieved that.
They've done it really well.
They did it. It was shit hot. It looks great. I took photographs and everything. You know, but yeah, this might work a little better like that. Frankly, I might have to. I don't know how I'm going to attach it. I'm either going to drill a hole in that, and then that'll go through, or I could just hot glue the shit out of it. Hot glue
So, yeah, sorry to hear that, Space Dog. Gabapentin can have quite strong effects on different people.
Yeah.
My
Sure
worst
can.
one was trying to get off of it. It was actually more of an issue than when I got on it. I was in so much pain when they got me on it. I could barely tell left from right. So unfortunately,
Now he's off it. You can't tell he's off it. You still can't tell left from right.
yeah, no, that was just a dyslexia. Unfortunately, the gabapentin didn't solve that.
No, that's true.
Tim, you must be closer to him because you were about a second and a half ahead of me on that one.
Still unsure. This stream is not helping me focus on not doing a dwarf air fleet.
Yeah, sorry. I tell you what, right? Who's that? Still unsure.
Still unsure. Yeah.
If a dwarf air fleet, if you can find these Playmobil Novelmore airships, right, on Vinted. I bought this one on Vinted for like a tenner. Yeah, and it came with a whole bag of other stuff as well that I'm going to use other things for as well. So you know, it's well worth kind of like you certainly could make an air fleet yeah. And they'd be better than. I like the Cadron Raider things. This is the Cadron Raider. It's not the big one. It's the middle one.
I showed that off earlier. With
Frigate. It's a frigate, right? Not the Ironclad. And it's a beautiful model. It's just not really big enough. And it's kind of cool. And I'm not really sold on the Endrin ball things that they use for, their nonsense in Age of Sigmar for how they float. It's a great model. We just did big enough. And the big cabinet, the glass, the display at Warhammer World, immediately when you're walking on the right, with all the clouds and all the Cadron Raider stuff there, it looks absolutely epic. But I just want it to be bigger. That's my thing. And it just needs to be bigger. Bigger. I can't decide if I'm going to put the propeller on the back.
Warning, we are at 10:20.
Are we really?
Certainly.
Goodness me, 3 hours, 20 minutes.
Well, welcome Lisa Jan to my chat. Yes, and if you didn't know what's going on, Magrathea Builder Worlds and I are doing a joint stream. So I'm on his stream and he's on mine, and my camera locked up again. God damn it!
We're talking bollocks.
Yeah, I don't know. This is something that would have to be down for 10, 20 minutes for me to fix. So we'll just keep turning it on and off. So, yes, I have built during this, while Tim and Harry were talking, I have built this piece of terrain here, which is going to be an upside down sump board for Adepticon. And now I'm working on the second flip boat here. And yeah, I'm kind of letting Tim and Harry talk, and we're having discussions about life and being old and hurting each other and all that other good stuff. So,
most of the hurting them is Tim threatening me, though. So,
I don't remember many conversations about hurting each other.
No,
when did that happen?
Getting hurt, not hurting each other. Getting hurt.
I'm getting hurt. That's it. Though,
I'm getting hurt, right?
Good
Lord! Now I got you guys fixing me talk too. Jesus.
Yeah, you've got a word in it, Trace. It's good.
Oh, look at that.
Obviously, Dale, what is your YouTube channel named? If people obviously are over here on this stream looking for you,
It is JD in the Sump C, because J and Dale in the Sump C doesn't really work.
No, it does flow a lot better. So yeah, go check out Dale's channel if you.
Yep, I'm live streaming at the same time, so
So switch us both on at the same time in different windows and open up and see what the lags are.
I'm sure. Can we add his channel in the description after it's posted?
Yeah, I mean it's certainly kind of like they'll go in there. We'll
yeah.
should.
Write that down, so
And
it's
if
easy
you
for people to
use
find it.
if you use @ and not hashtag, I'll be able to do a collaboration tag that I'll send you after we're done. And then we can do the same thing. It'll be cool.
Perfect. Still unsure. I've still got 3 of the old Playmobil pirate ships and 2 rowboats plus an aircraft carrier. Just need the balloons.
Yeah. I mean, the Playmobil pirate ships are excellent. I use them for all kinds of stuff. I've used them for 40mm historical pirates. I've used them for Burrows and Badger ships. They're just nice big open spaces, and they work really well.
Crashing Benfleet, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a shipwreck.
Well, there's also
which you've got half of the.
That is actually a Playmobil shipwreck.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I've used the in Benfleet. There's the one from Age of Sigmar for the elves, the underwater elves, whose name escapes me right now. They've got one that appears and makes the kind of like the sea mist kind of like. And then there's another one which is literally a Playmobil shipwreck. So it's like, it took absolutely zero effort to take it and turn it into a piece of terrain.
Which, if you haven't seen him in person, you can come see him in person at Salute at the Spirit of the Game table.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've got 2 games. We're going to be running 3 games. But 2 different tables, absolutely, this year. We are running the Arkwell table. We will also be running a Burrows and Badgers table. And uncharacteristically, for the first time ever, we're playtesting the shit out of these games.
We are.
Because we're at Wayland, so
we're prepared.
The Benfield table, I am going to be making the odd new piece of terrain for that. I wasn't going to. I was.
You're always going
I was. No. I wasn't. I literally thought I'd get the Benfield stuff out. I put it on a smaller table, rearrange it, and it was cool. And then at yoga last Monday, I was lying down and having a gong bath, like you do at the end of the session, and you're supposed to kind of like empty your mind and let the vibrations of the gong just kind of like take over.
Wow.
My ADHD brain just goes batshit crazy and starts coming up with ideas every week. And by the end of this gong bath, I'd come up with this idea for this new building I was going to make for Benfield. So, which is a kind of covered market space. It's going to be right in the middle of the table. So I am going to do one of my Road to Salute videos is going to be making that building. Shouldn't be a very complicated build, but I'm hoping it's going to be a really nice new centerpiece for that table. I didn't want to take a bunch of stuff to a show like Salute and not have something new on that table. But so we'll be running.
The fact that we're doing it once again, like we did last year, the 2 different game systems and the same senior HS, yeah,
it's kind of cool, and it'll be like the 4th year on the trot we're taking a B&B game. I love supporting Oath Sworn and Michael Lovejoy at a show like that, because when he goes to a show like that, they're so restricted to space of what they can actually put in their van. Their demo game board is literally a blackboard with 4 or 5 figures on it and the absolute bare minimum of scenery, which doesn't, although it's great he's able to show people how the game works, I don't think it really sells the game. No. And I'm always really happy to kind of help them sell the game from that point.
Last year, there was how long a line to buy the book at one point?
The queue, because it was the release of the 2nd edition of the game. The queue there went back out and past the queue of people trying to get into the show. It was ridiculous. Yeah.
Which is it's just like when you're doing a game demo and you just see people flocking to the stall like that, it's just, you love it.
Yeah, they sold every copy of the game they had.
Let's go to
and then they had to go to Osprey and get all of Osprey's copies as well.
Yeah,
and they sold all of the ones off the Osprey stand too. So it was like, it was cool. It was a really successful launch.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to use my chance to pop off the Adepticon stuff, because you can come see me.
Go on, tell us about it.
You can come see me and Jay at Adepticon this year, March 25th to the 29th. We will be in the Necromunda room, and we are going to be one of the only open gaming walk up and play. Just to give you guys a little bit of a background, because you've never been to Adepticon. Adepticon has always been free to go to. You can just walk in off the street, but you have to buy a badge to play. So, which is not ridiculous. But most of the time with the games that are signed up for, like you guys are doing your Burrows and Badgers, and I'm going to guess Salute has a sign up sheet for who wants to play and all that other stuff.
It's more random than that.
Well, right,
but I mean, grab people as they walk past.
No, but you okay?
Well, literally, they frown on that.
Let the man talk. Let the man talk.
But for the most part, you have to sign up months in advance for game tickets.
Wow, cool. Okay.
We are going to be, and I was very happy that we fought very hard for this. We're going to bring the Sump wall. We're going to bring these 2 boards I'm working on, and we're going to be bringing. We're going to have a Sump Boneyard Death Race board, like the Ash Waste. So imagine Mad Max only in boats.
Yeah,
so.
Nice. Very cool.
Right. Not a whole lot of terrain for that, so I'm not going to be doing any videos on that one, because it's just tiles. But we're going to have all that, and as long as you have a badge, you can walk up and play. Jay and I are going to be there all day, every day. Even during the Necromunda events, there's 2 scheduled Necromunda events, Saturday and Sunday. You can just walk up and see us, and if you guys, it's going to be cool. I'm excited.
How many days is Adepticon then? How many days?
Adepticon is 25th to the 29th, so 4 days.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Salute is like one day.
Yeah.
And pretty much all UK wargaming conventions work the same way.
Yeah.
Where you basically have demonstration games, which are normally big, impressive, and, as my considered opinion, a bit dull. And because it entirely depends on the group who are putting them on. But for them to be any good, you've got to have somebody who's great at actually interpreting and telling people coming past what they're looking at and explaining what's going on. Otherwise, you've just got a bunch of beardy guys who are kind of talking in pseudo gaming babble to each other about what's happening. Or you get participation games, and participation games are, as they sound, they are games that people can come and play. But they are literally rock up on the day and come and play, and if there's a space you get on, and if you don't, you don't.
Right.
Salute. The difficult thing about that is that it's a huge show. It's only on for one day because it's at the Excel in London, which is one of the biggest exhibition centres in the country.
Wow.
And they can't. I don't think that it's run by the South London Warlords, which is just it's one of the UK's oldest wargaming groups, as far as I understand. This is Salute 53, so it's been going for 53 years at least. But I don't think they can afford to put it on for 2 days.
Yeah.
Because
unless they change things, the sign up for game, the Necromunda event, John's running. I think what you do is you sign up for the Necromunda event, and then you sign up which slots you want to play. I think there's 5 slots. There's 3 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. And then we're going to be running a bit more narrative kind of a thing, kind of a monster hunt concept. Not really a tournament or a round robin or anything, because last year they kind of did that, and they got some people wanted a little bit more narrative because it's Necromunda and less tournament-y,
of course.
So, it's going to be basically just monster hunts. There's going to be some gold grab and, credit grab and things like that. But you can go and play your slot, and then if you want to just come over and play with us, we're right next to them. We're going to be in the same room. You actually have to walk through our stuff to get to everything. But we're not sure what else is going to be in that room. I think Mordheim's going to be in there, and Legion Imperialis, which is epic. The new epic. Yeah. But there's probably, I think, 35 to 45 tables, 4 foot by 8 foot tables in each room. And then with the wall, that's one of the reasons the wall works so well. I can just put it up on the wall because Necromunda works vertically, so you can have a 3x3 board with one on the horizontal plane and 2 on the vertical.
Yeah, I love that wall of yours. It's cool.
Thank you. It's different to play on. It's a lot different to play on. But that was the point of it all. It's the game is such verticality. I think I said it in the interview. It's the greatest part of the game. It's fantastic. But
always has been.
So I just wanted to pump that out since you guys were on the Salute.
Totally. So Adepticon is in Milwaukee. Where's Gen Con? Because that's another huge con.
So Gen Con, for the first iterations of it, was in Milwaukee, and then it got too big. Right. Now it's in Indianapolis, Indiana, in the Lucas Oil Stadium. Jay will be going to that. I don't go to that one for the most part. I used to, and most of the it's mostly card games and role playing games, which I'm kind of not into right now. There is some. Jay found a bunch of I guess there was a Necromunda game there, but I don't think there's a GW sponsored, like Warhammer tournament or any of that other stuff that goes on.
Mostly, it was my understanding, it's mostly role-playing games.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, it's neat and everything, and if you want to cosplay and, all that other stuff, it's got a ton, that's what that con is for. The tabletop games are what Adepticon's for. And
Right. Okay.
that's,
So
you know,
Adepticon is the biggest.
yeah, I think
American
so. I think
board game
so.
show,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I think the secondary one would be the Las Vegas one, which of
Okay.
course, you know, there's an excuse for you right there. You know, look, honey, we can go visit Vegas and
Oh yeah.
and
I
and do
tell you what,
models and do models at the same time.
Just Heidi's watching. What do you think, Glove? Do you want to go to Vegas? I don't know whether Vegas would be a thing really, because
And if you're not interested in Vegas, there's tons of other stuff. Let me know when you're going, and I will meet you out there. So, because there's there's the Hoover Dam, there's Death Valley, the Grand Canyon's about an hour and a half away. There's a ton of stuff to do other than Vegas if you don't like gambling. But yeah. So I think that's the second biggest one, but could be talking out of my ass too. So that's entirely possible.
I'm sure my lack of impulse control would be great in Vegas.
yeah, that'll go down a tree, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Nickel slots you can play for hours. You buy $4 worth of nickels.
It's cute that you think I'll be able to stop at nickel slots.
Nah, hey, you can win a couple $1,000 at nickel slots.
I have been barred from casinos by all my friends.
Yeah,
It's probably a good thing. Yeah.
yeah, most likely it is. If you're at that level. And look at this. Shanty flipped over boat. I'm excited.
Cool.
A thing apart from casinos, I wouldn't be able to not make comments, lol. I wouldn't be.
I think this is going to work. I think this is going to work. And in these portholes, why are portholes round? This is the thing I was thinking about earlier today.
Is it a structural thing?
I don't know. See,
Circles are more durable, aren't they?
yeah, but they're harder to work with, and especially, when did portholes start becoming round? Were they putting portholes in wooden ships, or is it something that doesn't happen until you get steel? Iron, metal ships being made. And there's a bit of me thinking, well, maybe it's because of cannons and cannon barrels, but that's because for hundreds of years the cannon ports were square because you have a square hole and a square door that fits in it. So I want to know what. I want to know what inquiring minds, not inquiring minds plural, wants to know why portholes are around. Why would
the only thing I can think of would be from a structural point of view.
Yeah.
One, you're removing less of your base material when you're making a circular rather than a square.
True.
And then also when you don't have corners, you have less fracturing.
Yeah, but I thought most of your ship increases were due to war purposes. I was under that impression.
I don't know. I mean, it's just like, right. We could always just fucking Google it.
The comments decide.
And now the comments are started. Okay, come on, clever people out there. Why portholes? Why portholes round?
We've got all subgenres autistic. We must have a boat.
Yeah, there must be. Come on.
Miss Crockett's saying it's a structural thing.
Right. Okay. Good.
It's a structural thing, so they're making it lighter. Is that the idea?
No.
More durable.
Yeah.
More durable by putting a hole in it.
No, a hole.
I need more. That one's hard for me to swallow.
Why are they? The question is, why are they circular and not square?
Yeah.
And I think it could be a durability thing because squares you'll get cracks off corners and you'll get naturally where the corners meet and that kind of thing. And so it could well be that. I kind of like that, but
you know what? You know what I'll bet it is? I'll bet you they changed the way they put the wood together.
Yeah, well, see, I don't know when they
changed the joints. You know how they lap the wood together. I'll bet you that's what it is.
Would circles actually disperse downward weight better?
I'm not a bleeding physicist. It was just a. Let's get down. Just a little thought. Popped into my head this afternoon when I was kind of like rolling along, thinking.
While Tim was looking up his porthole videos.
Portholes round and not square. That's what I wanted to know. but you know.
Scouts mentioned possibly it's due to the harsh corners.
Yeah, well, I think that might be you know, but they're harder to cut into the material, aren't they? But
Yeah, but it's harder to build a cylinder structure for like a, you know, but people still used to do it because it was a lot less easy to bring castles down, weren't it? Yeah, them circular rather than square.
it's not fucking tall enough now. Look, because I put a fucking thing on. It's not fucking.
Oh, we've had a request. Can when you're doing stuff, keeping it on the table?
Well, I'm trying to keep most of it.
No. You have now. It was earlier. I just.
Okay. No.
Still unsure. According to the Navy Department Library, the word porthole has nothing to do with its location on the port side.
Well, I know that on both sides of a
the
bloody
Henry
ship.
VIII of England, 1485. The king insisted on mounting guns too large for his ship, and therefore the conventional method of securing the weapons on the forecastles and aftcastles could not be used. A French shipbuilder named James Baker was commissioned to solve the problem, which he did by piercing the ship's side so the cannon could be mounted inside the fore and aft castles for heavy weather.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain why. But at that point, right, and for hundreds of years, mounting the ship inboard, fine, you get that on the Mary Rose, and they always talk about the fact all the gun ports are open, the rest of it, but they're not portholes because those holes are square and they have a square shutter that goes over them. I'm talking about a round porthole that you know that you get in fancy pubs, toilets, you know, and they and in
another one.
Yeah, so a porthole nowadays you'd think of is a round window in the side of the ship rather than cannon ports, which were starting to be cut into during the 16th century. But then they had wooden doors that kind of folded down this way. So they still are in the Napoleonic period.
The openings were fitted with covers that were called porte in French, meaning door, was then anglicized to port.
Yep. Yeah, because that's where you get port cannons from as well, because they're door cannons, port guns. But that doesn't explain why they're now round. But thank you for that, Google nerds.
Yeah. So, are you more asking about in like kind of ships from like a looking out from porthole point of view?
Yeah. Because because you couldn't have a round hole for a cannon because it doesn't give you enough room to angle your cannon and move it around to shoot out the side. You know, it would have to be. It's far more. It's better to have a square hole for your cannon barrels to go out because it gives you the ability to lower it and raise it and move it left to right. But later on, we get round portholes, don't we? You know, that classic kind of image of looking out of it.
Yeah.
You know,
when you think of like the last voyage of the Demeter and stuff like
that.
that.
Yeah, or you know, the Titanic or whatever else.
You know, it might be something as simple as they got a new shipwright contracted. That's what happens a lot around here. You know,
might be something to do with the cutting the glass as well.
Yeah.
Easier, yeah.
I mean, there's always corruption.
No sharp edges, no sharp corners on glasses, which means transportation of it's easier. Because if you have corners, then you got more chance of cracking.
What the fuck? Oh, that's no good. How come?
Again, that just comes back to corners are weak points anyway.
Yeah.
Circles versus squares.
Circles versus square debate. Yeah.
Plebometer. Structural rounded openings, less stress was why the old comet planes fell out of the skies from accelerated fatigue and shear. Also, cheaper structurally, a square bracing needs more steel. There we go.
Okay, that's cool. I'm liking that. That makes sense. Yeah, it's structural.
And
more than anything else. Cheapness.
The British way.
Well, you know, these things always get made by the lowest bidder, don't
they? Dad's got back to us. Stress to prevent cracking and leaks. Circular structure is stronger. Zero stress roses.
Yeah. There's no particular point on a circle that is going to create stress more than, whereas on a square, you go to the corners and that's right. Yeah, cool. See, how good is that? Look, we're learning shit
Miss
tonight.
Crockett, it's the same reason airplane windows have rounded corners. The metal tears from sharp corners.
Yeah.
So, that was also wear and tear on itself.
There you go.
Also, wear and tear on the part that's moving, I imagine, as well. Because if you have a corner that's in a thing that has even slightest bit of movement, it will wear quicker than circles.
Yeah, I wonder though, because Tim's right though. There was an abrupt change, wasn't there?
Yeah, but I
mean,
think
it
that's
was just
probably.
like overnight, you know.
I think that comes with the change of material you're making your ship out of.
Also, usage.
Because
Which
I think
comes from what?
I think it comes in the 19th century when they go from making wooden ships to making metal ships, and and that's where it goes. Because up till that point, they were making, so it's got to be the 19th century. Because if you think of the Napoleonic fleet, ships like HMS Victory, which Battle of Trafalgar 1805, Victory was made in the 1790s. She's got massive square wooden cannonballs. So, and I think you cut that into wood because that's easier to cut into wood than cutting circles into wood. But when you get to cutting metal, and you're cutting metal with metal cutting tools, kind of like, it doesn't matter what shape you're cutting in metal. Yeah. So you use, and then the round is a much better, a better shape.
I think, and this might be my ignorance on the matter, but would it also possibly affect
almost always my ignorance.
Usage of the ship? So when you're looking at ships had to be heavily defended using cannons and stuff like that, so getting them in and working was a main priority. But when you drift away more on that and you see vehicles less needing cannons for
no, because defense. By the time you get in steel ships, guns are no longer shooting out the side of the vessel. You're not shooting out the hulls.
Sorry,
you're in turrets on the top. So you only need small windows to be able to look out of, and that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that you no longer need them for cannons.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's then just for lack of a better word, punters. Aesthetically to be able to actually see out of the vehicle.
Mental health of the crew too.
Yeah.
That certainly could be a thing.
I think in the 19th century nobody gave a shit about the mental health of the crew.
Well, they did till they mutinied.
Dad's also made a fair point, which is
obviously I'm saying it a little bit more, more upbeat, but
Yeah. No, it's all science. It's not a people thing. It's got to be an engineering thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know if it'd be easier for them
actually
to
arguing. I'm just bringing up some practical.
For square versus circular for wood, I don't know necessarily if it'd be easier for them to cut it out of metal than it would wood. If you look at what 18th century carpenters are able to do anyway.
Oh yeah, but
it's not.
But when you're mass producing it, cutting a circle in a wooden plank is, cutting it out of metal when you're doing I don't know what the tool is, but flamey.
Yeah. Parental.
Exactly. You're one of them. Fuck off! I'm an English teacher.
I was going to say, me and you have both seen what the carpenters are capable of at that time. I think.
That was awesome.
I think you hit the nail on the head though. I think it's position of guns.
Yeah,
the position of the guns. You no longer needed the guns side mounted, because they're in a position of making portholes.
When you get iron ships and you start to get turrets, and you're starting to get rotating turrets on an iron ship, like you start to during the American Civil War, and they've got lower profiles and various other bits and pieces. You start to, and with vessels like HMS Warrior, I'm pretty sure that saying that Warrior she was one of the very first metal warships, and she still had gun ports.
Yeah, that was a riverboat though for the most part, wasn't it?
No, I'm talking about HMS Warrior. Warrior was
all right.
All right. Where we talk about American Civil War ships, you're talking about the Monitor and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which are really low profile steel, or they would still wouldn't hold.
Yeah, they sat low. They sat low for a reason.
That's right.
They went up in the river for a lot of it, if I remember right.
They drew quite a lot though. They had quite a deep. They were quite a lot underwater. They reduced the profile of the vessel above the waterline, so they were harder to just hit, because then they were steam and they didn't need all the topsides and sails and the rest of it. But no, HMS Warrior was the absolute pinnacle at one point of warships in the world, and she was never tested. And it's in the Portsmouth Historic Dockyards. Go and have a nice day out down there. It's great.
Nice.
I I had to do a guided tour of HMS Warrior. Last time I took Year 6 kids to the Isle of Wight. In fact, little Ted did my HMS Warrior tour. We got on a coach in Rayleigh, whatever the time was in the morning, and we were going to be getting on a ferry to go to the Isle of Wight. And by the time it took me to get from Rayleigh to Portsmouth to swat up enough on HMS Warrior to be able to take 2 classes of 11-year-olds around HMS Warrior and give them a guided tour, which was quite a good challenge. But it was much better on the way home because we actually went on HMS Victory and got a proper guided tour.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, kind of cool. Anyway, right. So thank you, Google nerds and engineering nerds, for answering.
I think this one makes more sense. If water doesn't hit you square in the face.
Oh, who was that?
That was still unsure.
Right.
Basically, he's reiterating that arcs and circles are just stronger shapes.
Water doesn't hit. Water hits square. So water doesn't hit you square in the face. You can get your coat and leave now, mate.
Don't tell him to piss off.
It's a good gag. I like it. I like it. But yeah, it's kind of funny.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just as a heads up, we are coming to 10 to 11.
Wow. Okay. So that's kind of 4 hours. I think it's kind of like, from our point of view here in the UK, I think it's sensible if we kind of like bring this thing to a close. Really. Look, I've made a boat with a little wooden box on it. Right there you go.
I've flipped over 2 boats and made a.
Why is the porthole round?
Circle, yeah.
It's got a round porthole in the front because he's not shooting a cannon out.
Porthole out on spring.
And then I've got my Arcanite engines that I've now not only used Yoo-hoo but super glue on as well, and that's going to sit kind of there-ish. And I've got a wooden I've got my rudder that's going on the back of the boat like this. I think that's going to mostly be okay. It's certainly big enough. There's enough deck space to get the figures on, which is one of the things I want to do. Because if nothing else, it's just going to be a way of showing off another bunch of figures. Not that anybody will be able to see it because it's going to be on the top of the off the waterfall, which is going to be about 6 feet in the air.
Jake Hanningford has a very good point. It's very Steamboat Willie.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It's
Well, I, on the other hand, have managed to flip one gigantic boat and a half of another boat and make this little piece of scatter terrain that's on this enlarged pipe that I printed out. Which is pretty amazing.
I think it looks really cool. I think it looks really great.
Thank you.
It's good. I like this turning. I mean, I remember G.I. Joe. Just about. We didn't get the G.I. Joe cartoon over here, but it was in one of my favourite comics because we got G.I. Joe. We had a comic over here. There was one called Battle and one called Action Force, and then we got Battle Action Force. And G.I. Joe over here was partly with the Palatoy kind of 5-inch action figures. Was very Action Force and Cobra and that kind of thing. But yeah, the Battleship, I remember those kind of things.
I still have work to do, but Sumpy is out. He's halfway through the. Sumpy's rest is gonna be nice. I'm gonna graffiti Sumpy's rest on this spot here. So yeah, he's here. There's still a lot of detail and stuff I still have to do to it, but the basic look.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. This was awesome.
Cool. I'd like to point out the Steamboat Willie look is partly due to the Playmobil shape of the ship.
It's only when the top's off.
Yeah. Well, like this.
It looks great.
Yeah, no, fair play. In fairness, this does. It's under this one. That does look a bit Steamboat Willie, especially with the round bit on the front, and the fact that the little bit that the airship is the balloon is going to be attached to does look a bit like a chimney. So yeah. All right, I'll let you off, Jake.
And on my end, Mike Bright 3577 says a round shape distributes pressure and stress better than a square.
There we go. We're all happy with the science tonight.
There is lots of science going on.
Look, that's cool. That's a really good. Watch a live stream with Magrathea, Builder Wells, and Dale of JD and the Sump, and you not only will get rambling randomness about the wargaming world, you will also get interesting scientific nuggets and engineering questions thrown at you. you know, it's a cornucopia
Yes.
of education and entertainment. Absolutely.
And also
Yeah.
the story
And
of how to not use a family knife.
if you feel very interested in learning real 80s and 70s sayings and feelings from people who were there, we have lots of that.
Yes.
Remember, chicks dig scars.
Chicks dig
It's a
scars.
thing.
We have a great repertoire of everyone's watched all movies in this.
Oh yeah,
in
look,
this stream.
we haven't laid into Harry at all this evening for not having. I've got Blade. I haven't watched it. Fuck's
No,
sake.
no.
The more you tell me to watch it, the less likely I am to.
Yeah, I know. It's like my missus. It's Blade, man. You need to go and watch Blade.
It's open season, so you better start
It's not
watching
really
some movies,
I've
buddy.
never really done vampire
So-
movies that often. To be honest.
Oh, I
It's
lost
not-
my
it's not
camera
the same as
again.
other vampire.
Oh, is
Sorry.
it not up there? Oh,
Cool.
yeah. My next on the list is going to be Scream. I know.
Yeah, you don't do scary movies, do you?
No.
No.
Well,
I can't believe-
I
I
actually
can't-
think you need to do the Road Warrior. I think
bit of Mad Max. Yeah.
that would be
Oh,
something
yeah.
you should watch.
One of my next series that I'm going to buy is I'm buying the anthology of all the original Mad Maxes.
Yeah. Well, that's there's a reason everybody loves those movies, and you'll pick it up
Yeah.
because they still count now.
In fairness. Yeah.
Oh.
Although I like the new ones.
Yeah, I really.
I do really
enjoy
like the
new
newest.
ones.
I
That's
do
why
like
I
them.
want to go
No,
back. And,
it's fun, of
that's why I
course.
want to go back and watch the originals.
Of course.
You'll be disappointed.
Yeah, I'm just excited because I got my new speakers, didn't I? So I want to chuck on some different movies to get them tested.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Right, so what am I doing next? Just to finish off this evening, I've got to put some metal bands and rivets around here. I've got to finally decide how I'm going to attach that to that. I've got to do the roof. I'm going to come up with some other Arcanite bits and decide whether I'm keeping the propeller on the back. I might keep the propeller on the back, but I was also thinking of using the propeller on a windmill model and building sails on there. Kind of be funky, but you know,
Nice.
it's kind of cool. Anyway, right. So look, I think it must be about 11 o'clock now. This is the longest live stream we've done.
3 minutes to 11.
Even if you take into account the fact that it was kind of like didn't exactly go smoothly to start off with. So if you've been watching all evening and you've been here from the start, thank you very much for bearing with us and all our technical issues. I'd like to thank Dale for joining us tonight.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a good laugh.
We gonna
chatting
do
away.
this again?
I can't see reason why not.
Me neither.
What I'll have to do next time is actually get to a point where I'm making a Necromunda model, and we could be
Or
making
I'll
Necromunda
make
stuff.
I'll make an Arc world model. Either
Yeah,
way.
you could get on and do something
Either
fancy.
way.
We'll make sure to figure out a way to be able to send you a thing so you can just have our feed straight away.
Yeah, cool.
As well.
So,
We've done this time.
Dale, good luck at Adepticon in a few weeks' time.
And you too.
I'll be interested to see your videos from that, and
We'll
we'll.
send photos in the Discord.
Good luck
that'd
and
be cool.
salute, and make sure you say hi to Dixie. I know he's gonna come over and say hi to you. So
Cool, yeah. Well, I love it with the family. I mean,
Yeah.
the guys who I go to salute with are so valuable for me because I don't roll any dice or play any games of salute anymore.
Yeah.
I spend pretty much my whole day talking to folk. There'll be people watching this tonight who are definitely going to say hello and salute because they have been for several years now, which is really cool.
Space Doc and Mrs. Crockett. Definitely.
Yes, definitely, and Rob Langlands as well. And we'll see other new people, and I know there are people who are going to come say hello. So from that point of view,
Yeah.
I've got 6 weeks to salute. I've still got quite a lot to do, but I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you very much for joining us tonight on Magrathea Bill Wars. Thank you, Dale, over the other side of the pond.
Thank you.
Thanks to Harry for turning up and making this madness work tonight. So from that point of view, and I'm going to take my Steamboat Willie boat and go home now.
Have a wonderful night, folks.
Cheers,
See you
guys.
next time.
Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next
Bye.
time.
Oh, let's
Well,
see.
Darryl, how did you find that?
Hold on 2 seconds.